Okay. We should be starting now. Just gonna make sure I can hear myself. Okay. Wrong mic. See, this is why we always do an audio check. Speakers, sound settings, input.
Use the mic I paid a lot of money for. Alright, let's see how that sounds.
Speakers, sound settings. Input.
Use the mic I paid a lot of money for. Much better. Much better. So, today we are spectating a 2v2 tournament hosted by Queden. I'm not super sure if Geese, Howard, and Jixxy helped set it up. I know they're helping admin, so I'll mention them. Not 100% on what's happening. Uh-oh. Oh, I accepted the invite, so I'm not spectated. Whoopsies. I forget, if you get invited somewhere that you turn into a player, not a spectator. Anyway. Iota, energized, 2v2 for Manties. I'm gonna just hope this is it. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I'm back. So I do need to copy paste this link around to some things. Hey, Wicked D, what up, dude? Is it Wicked D or just Wicked? I always throw the D on there, but I'm not actually sure. Okay, human videos, boop, add everyone live now. Done. Authenticity, multiplayer streams, boop, 2v2 tourney, live now. Must copy paste more things, and now that I can just copy paste, I can talk to you while doing that because it's pretty mindless. Yeah, so Queden, Geese, Howard, and Jixxy are hosting an event where you play 2v2. It's generally the same as a normal tournament setup, just with 2 people on each side, and there are some hero caps. I think that there's a maximum of 3 heroes between the 2 teams, not like each team can have 2 heroes, because otherwise it just becomes single entity spam, and that is boring. These specifics are listed on the challenge page, so I can look at that in a second, but you do, everything's best of 1 till the finals. You declared what factions you're going to play with your partner beforehand, and then the finals is best of 3, where Queden was telling me we're just going to do blind picks. Everybody sends me their picks blind. Huzzah! Winner gets $100, second place gets 50. It's actually a pretty big prize pool. So good for them for raising that much. It's not easy to come by. We have a lot of really good players today. Hey, Rusty. Hey, Battle Tutorial. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? We won some shirts from Battle Tutorial. Those will get in. Those will be pretty cool. I'll show those on stream when I get them. Hey, Rusty. Are you playing today? Who is playing today? Let's go take a look. Left screen. This thing. Okay, so yeah, it's banner rules, which is close to fruit rules, the thing I usually use. 1 more dissension per team. 3 SEs per player, 2 SEMs, 6 per team, which... Oh, 3 per player. Okay, I see. Max artillery 4 player, 6 per team, 15 range per team, minimum of 400 units per player. Good stuff. No duplicate spells, even between teams. Interesting. So we have Flame of Zest. No idea who's in that. We have VM Billy Hope and VM Aaron, both cool dudes. I've run into them before. They've been nice to me. Queden and Arrowlast. We have Cirxy, which I don't know who that is. We have Roscoe and Reganator. Those are both AIMA lads. RTK Swarv and XMT Ice Power teaming up for a power duo outside of clans. Crabling and Tank teamed up. Mr. Doodles and Vernectar. Cal Harmon is apparently playing all by himself. I'm sure that's not true, but his partner isn't listed. Geese, Howard, and Way. Void and Evenstar. That's probably a favorite to win the tournament. TN and Dialatron, AIMA Genghis Khan, which I'm in their game. It's Genghis Khan and Head Mantis. GGX, Waldsterben, and Yawemino. Never heard of either of them. That'll be cool. If they make it to the second round, I could see them. And then we have the green one, and Bully Dino. I know the green one. I don't know Bully Dino. So a lot of new faces today. As I said, best of one all the way up to the final, so it actually should be decently fast, as we already know all their factions. So there's no pick bans or anything like that. But I'll take you back to the game. We have blocker up just to protect an army that I'm forced to see because I'm not the host, so I can't opt out of seeing things. 2v2 is big entertaining. Yeah, it's really different. It's very different meta from 1v1 because you have like almost twice as much funds. You're supposed to be in Belgium, but that got canceled. Oh, COVID, I'm guessing. I heard Europe is just slammed with COVID. Yeah, my screen blocker, I made it on Photoshop really quick, so it's just called what the original was, which is cat.jpg. You have a camera of a sleeping pup. I suppose I could bring that over. Now that I'm done setting up. We don't need the puppy. A little bit down. A little bit that way. Boom. Got my Skaven shirt, not my Skaven hat on. I have failed the 13. Hey, Thankful. What up? So it looks like we're going to have Vampire Counts and Empire versus Tomb Kings and Empire. Which is interesting because the community accepted best 2v2 combo is Vampire Counts and Tomb Kings. And we get them both. But not on the same side. They're both paired with Empire. Though I know TN is a good Vampire Counts player, so I'm not surprised to see him on them. Dialatron plays a bit of everything, but I always think of him more as a greenskin player, so it's interesting to see him on Empire. Though I suppose Empire guns with an unbreakable undead frontline is what both of these people are looking at. Can I hear your Tyrion battle cry again? I would have to remember what exactly it was. I remember as he comes out of the ground. My favorite part is just like Prince of Ulthuan! I love that shit. 112% we see a Tomb Kings VC team in the finals? Probably, yeah. Chasing Rainbows, Bobman and I were playing, but I was going to cast this event, so it was already a little shaky that I was going to be playing in it. We were going to make it work. Like, it was just, okay. Then I guess, yeah, sorry. I lost my train of thought there. But the main point was, like, Bobman and I were going to play in it. Then Queden hit me up to cast it. And I'm like, well, we can still play in it. I'll make it work. And then when Bobman had real-life stuff to go do, all of a sudden, I didn't really stress myself out looking for a partner. I put out a few feelers, but when I didn't get any replies, I was like, now I can just focus on casting and do one thing well rather than half-ass two things. So I wasn't that upset. It would have been nice to play in it, but I'd rather focus on casting. No VC TK team in the tournament. Is it in the rules or something? Boop-a-doop. Factions regarding engagement. Hi, Grace. Shwoop. No. Door didn't quite close. Also, the cat's trapped in here with me now. It's just you and me, Eddie. If he wants to be let out, I'll let him out. It's fine. Glad to see some new matchups. Apparently a lot of Empire. Who's pinging me? Tien, thank you for casting. Also, are you interested in organizing another clan war sometime next year before Warhammer 3? Sure, if you want, though I am freelance. Hey, Lindsay. Do I usually see you on Logic streams? I recognize the name, but I don't usually see you around my channel. What is it with people drinking out of jars? I drink out of a jar because it's gigantic, and I usually like to get one gigantic amount of liquid and drink it over a long period of time rather than keep getting up and filling it, getting up, filling it, getting up, filling it, etc. All right, get rid of the blocker. We're into the game. Guess I'll root for any of the AIMA teams. Well, you're going to lose one of them right now because they're facing each other. Still very hot. It was too hot 5 seconds ago, and I thought maybe that those were the coldest 5 seconds in the universe, and they had cooled it down, but they didn't. My in-game volume is very quiet. Bump it up a little bit. Alright. You'll have to let me know if at any point I'm not as loud as the game. Like if you can't hear me over the screaming of Empire soldiers, I guess? Because the undead don't really make a lot of noise. They just say swiftly and with haste over and over again. Alright, for the forces of Tien and Dilatron. Let's break this down army by army. So the vampire counts are assuming the role of front line, which we all figured they were, because they have literally no ranged assets, so why wouldn't they? Their single entities are a Vargulf, a White King with Scab Scraith, and Heinrich Kemmler, who can summon Krell. He also has Zombie Summon and Heal. Pretty basic kit, keeping them cheap and chipper. Skeleton Warriors, Skeleton Spearmen across the front line, Double Blood Knight, the Chillgeists, and the Dire Pack. Okay, those Chillgeists are risky against another Empire player because Volkmar the Grim will probably be there. Front line, we have some zombies we miss being placed, so it's zombies and then a secondary row of skeletons. This front line is cheap as dirt and going to take forever to kill. For the Empire, we have Cannon, and Cannon, none of which are the ROR, so they might be lacking in magic damage a little bit, but we have Volkmar, who we guessed might be here, with his usual kit, Bound Banishment, Soulfire Bombardment, Grand Hammer of Sigmar, and the Shield of Faith? I think it's the Shield of Faith. Bright Wizard with Burning Head and Fireball. Handgunners, Silver Bullets. Hey, there's some magic damage. These guys are stocked and do magic. 2 Empire Knights to support the Cav game, though I don't know if you need it. I suppose with only 2 Blood Knights and no Black Knights, they're kind of like armored chaff. For the other side, a very different strategy. Looks like a mix of guns. We have the Tempelhof Luminarch of Hish ROR. Gonna do some Lord sniping most likely. Heinrich Kemmler does not want to get hit by that. On a horse, he is very vulnerable. Double Bone Giant from the Tomb Kings. High Queen Khalida. Does she have her ranged bonus? Okay, she does. She is gonna be buffing up the Double Bone Giant and the Luminarch, which is a very unique take on that Lord. Necrotect. Lich Priest of Light with a net. Hold on. Okay. The rules say you can have those 2 nets, so it's fine. I had to read that carefully, because there's a net here, and also this Luminarch has a bound net, so I had to check that. Sorry. We have a second Volkmar the Grim, Nehekara Warriors, a very rarely seen unit. 3 of them, Skeleton Spearmen, mixed with Flagellants. So the Empire is also trying to be unbreakable. This is a weird army from the red team. I like it, but it's very strange. Some Halberdiers, some Empire Knights. Those Knights of the Blazing Sun? Nope, just more Empire Knights. In the far back, we have some Skeleton Horsemen and Eyes of the Desert Sepulchral Stalkers. So it's heavy single-target artillery and then unbreakable chaff to try and clean up everything else. And on the other side, we have, I guess, more single-target artillery, because great cannons are good at that. Some handgunners, which are good at taking out single targets. Pistoliers we missed, or Outriders? Pistoliers. Both armies are trying to achieve the same thing. They're just going about it a very different way. Hey, I missed the other Luminarch. Okay, so we have a double Tempelhof Luminarch game. Very interesting. Now knowing that, this army is going to want to get engaged as soon as possible. They have way better infantry. They have to. Like, look how much money these guys have spent on range. Triple cannon, triple handgunners, Tempelhof Luminarch. So, red army's going to have to advance aggressively. Yes. Been around for a while in 2v2 Discord, but not playing today. I see. And yes, it is double Luminarch. What happened to these guys at the start of the game? Looks like they took a nasty Bone Giant shot. And an Overcasted Fireball is going to hit Heinrich Kemmler. I wouldn't be surprised if that Tempelhof Luminarch also had attack orders on him. More Bone Giant shots coming in, also does magic damage. And where is that first Sunlight Beam going to go? It's going for Heinrich Kemmler. Can he dodge it? He cannot, and he is instantly destroyed. Alright, Kemmler's out of the game. And the vampire counts are off to a very bad start. Oh, he's slowly crumbling, and if you're wondering why he isn't casting Heal on himself, he can't. When he is crumbling, you can't cast Invocation of the Heck. The spell is disabled. So Kemmler's already dead, and that is huge against the Vampire Counts. They are a faction based mostly around how powerful their lords are, and then all their other units rely on their lords for their carry potential. Vampire Counts roster without a lord really is quite underwhelming. I am curious if the Tomb Kings have forgotten these units in the far back, and if that could come into effect later. But now we get to see the other hand of the sniping train. Templeoff Luminarch fires at the Templeoff Luminarch and misses, and this Templeoff Luminarch fires at this Templeoff Luminarch and also misses, so a lot of whiffs going on here that could have been crucial. So the early game going extremely in the favor of the red team. It looks like the first salvos of the blue team have whiffed, and that's very unfortunate. Double Bone Giant also aiming for this Templeoff Luminarch, really trying to take it offline so they are unopposed, but I mean, there's still triple Great Cannon they have to be careful of. I wouldn't hate if these Great Cannons were aimed at that Templeoff Luminarch. They tend to be very good at hitting war wagon type units, so the Templeoff is a decent target. Second shot. Second shot hits, and it only hits once, so it doesn't delete the unit instantly. But a Bone Giant follow-up is going to drag itself down to half in a matter of moments. Blue team is in a bit of a panic, really trying to get involved here before everything goes to complete shit. Pistolier sneaking in, potentially too aggressively, as now different units of Skeleton Warriors are going to close in, unless, ooh, Overcasted Net coming in might lock them down. Yes, it does stop both units, so the infantry will catch up with them. Meanwhile, the Templeoff Luminarch of the blue team is getting shot at by 3 different entities, and it looks like Bone Giant is going to get a nasty straight-on shot, taking it down to such low health that it will break and probably run, and I'm guessing there will be a second shot somewhere along the line to take them out. Bone Giants are also tearing apart the Chillgeists in the background. Recently on this channel, every time the Chillgeists are taken, they get instantly deleted, so they're not really having a great time. Bone Giant shot barely misses the Templeoff Luminarch, and where is the other Luminarch aiming? Looks like it might be firing at the Vargulf. Vargulf's a decent target for that. Decent. You played Head Mantis yesterday and took almost the exact Tomb King army against me. Well, apparently likes it. Elite Cav for the Vampire Counts is getting involved, though they're going to have a hard time. Empire Knights with Shield of Faith giving them 20% damage resistance, and Blood Knights have anti-large. They don't really have that good of armor piercing, so Empire Knights can be surprisingly tanky against them. You can see already they're just getting murked down by these buffed up Empire Knights with 50 melee attack, and the Skeleton Spearmen with 38. Not having a good time. Vargulf runs over, gets netted, as the Templeoff Luminarch runs away. And the Bone Giant taking a lot of damage from the triple cannon. Can the triple cannon try to carry this? It's looking unlikely. Ooh, the blue Templeoff Luminarch's back. And blue Volkmar is undamaged. It's an uphill battle, but I guess it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Red team does have pretty limited options if their Bone Giants get taken out. It's not a lot of carry threat besides that. Though this little overcommit here from the Vampire Counts is going to be quite costly. See, both their Blood Knight units have been murked down. Chillgeists are also dying. Vargulf disintegrates away. And the Vampire Counts, man, they're getting taken down. These cav units in the back were finally remembered, it looks like, but they took a lot of damage from getting attacked by those anti-large dog RORs and Chillgeists. Though they did kill them, so I guess all in all it went fine. Luminarch's probably shooting at this Bright Wizard, I'm guessing. It looks like it was, and he barely dodges it. Nice Burning Head on the backside. Gonna hit like 3 different infantry units, which is very, very good. One Bone Giant is officially crumbling as 3 cannons pound into him. The other one is actually quite injured. Templeoff Luminarch's actually quite healthy, which could be a problem. I think the blue Luminarch is dead? Dead, I think, possibly? Yep, it's looking pretty dead. Okay. How are their handgunners doing? Silver Bullets are a little mucked up in the front line. They'll want to back up, but the other 2 are quite healthy. So I think maybe the Empire and Vampire Counts team can do this if they just slowly push forward, kill everything they need to, really let those cannons mess up these Bone Giants. Because this red team that's kind of on a clock here. Their Bone Giants are about to die. Templeoff Luminarch takes another fireball. It looks like a double hit on its way through, doing a lot of nice damage. And a Burning Head from the red team is going to try to cleave through all these blue forces. These Silver Bullets do need to back up. The last unit to their flank did officially get killed, but they might break anyway. They're at 0 leadership exactly, and they will hang on. Oof! Templeoff Luminarch one-shots the Bright Wizard, finally gets to hit him, and High Queen Khalida tries to move in to finish him off, but Volkmar swings and a miss towards intercepting, but oh boy, a whole group of handgunners takes out about 1/5 of her health in one shot. And they will keep firing unless she moves, so she's going to have to get out of there. The bounce power is bad for the blue teams, but it has stabilized a little bit. It's not dropping anymore, which is good. Last of the Blood Knights crumble away, and the last of the Vampire Count's flanking force has been deleted. Kalita losing about half her health bar in this little soiree into the front line to get rid of the Bright Wizard. And Bone Giants are trying to finish off that Bright Wizard, but he does manage to avoid it. Bone Giants are not notoriously accurate. Is that an Ushapti summon? Ushapti summon coming in behind the cannons. Now Dialatron could take them offline and run their crews in different directions and try to distract the Ushapti until they disintegrate away. But still a good play. Takes him offline for a little bit. First of the Bone Giants has died. He is falling over there. Templeoff Luminarch rallying behind this hill. I wonder what it's shooting at, what it can even see. It looks like it's going to shoot at Volkmar. He has missile resist and magic resist, so it won't do that much damage, but might as well shoot him over nobody. Now he is surrounded by Kalita. I wonder if he can get a good Soulfire bombardment off, and that is coming down. It'll hit a ton of clustered up units here. Boom! Look at the damage. That is pretty nice, and some Empire Knights of the blue team come back, and the blue team is actually rallying a bit on the balance of power. They're coming back into this slowly but surely. Volkmar is not having a great time against Kalita, however, and he would like to dodge. And the Templeoff Luminarch misses him and manages to not do friendly fire, so good for it. At least it didn't do any harm. How else are we doing? Empire frontline with the Vampire Counts, it's not doing great. Handgunners are still pretty healthy, so that's good. That's good. And Volkmar managed to get out of there and is actually chasing off the Templeoff Luminarch. What a Chad. Volkmar trying to carry this game. Bone Giant gets a nice shot on those Empire Cav, freeing up Kalita to go back after chasing Volkmar. These cannons are not doing as much versus the Bone Giants as I would have hoped. Ushapti summon is fading away slowly. Worth calling a rule break since 3 SE per team, 6 total. I'll have to look back at that. 3 SE per team, 6 total. Luminarch, 2 Bone Giants. Caster, Necrotect. Lords. Oh, it's 8. Yeah, that's true. So the red team has 8 single entities, which can only have 6. Gotcha. Well, nothing we can do about it this game. We'll finish it out. I mean, if the blue team wins, it doesn't really matter, does it? Though that is looking a little suspect right now, especially as Sepulchral Stalkers and Kalita catch Volkmar. They're going to do a lot of damage to him. How are these cannons doing with that summon? It looks like the summon plus these Skeleton Horsemen managed to take out all 3 cannons. And we might end up having to replay this game as the red team had too many single entities. Maybe. Whew. Double Luminarch, truly the AIMA way. Seems like it. That's a hell of a game. It's hard to warm up with 2v2s because you gotta already be in the zone, which I definitely wasn't. What has better accuracy, Bone Giant or Hell Cannon? Depends on the day. The commentary's so good. At least somebody thinks so. I feel like it was pretty shit. But I'll get better. That's good tea. Cat, you want out? Go. Or not. Whoop. Staying here with me then. Okay, so for Dialatron, yeah, it does look like there's too many single entities. 3 for Genghis Khan, and for Head Mantis we had 5. Troubling. Kemmler got murdered. Dialatron's Volkmar did fine. Cannons did a lot of work. They did really well. What's up? Nice to see you. Handgunners did well. I think the Empire build was pretty good. Kemmler just getting nuked right away was pretty bad. I mean, top tier analysis there. Vampire Count's Lord dying in the first second of the game is not great. Which max is 6. And it's not even one of those things where you're like, oh, it's a rule break, but it didn't matter in the state of the game, because it very much mattered in the state of the game. The bone giants and all that stuff really mattered, so you either have to cut one of them or cut some of their support units. And I'm just realizing now that the Necrotech is the reason the bone giants survived so long, because he was casting Restore on them. Anyway, it's fine. Okay. You say it's fine, then it's fine. So if the people that the rule break was against, like Dilatron and TN, had the option to replay and they said it's fine, it's fine. Noise. So Head Mantis and Genghis Khan will move on. The rule break was passed. Which is good. We do not like rule breaks here. And is the next game ready? For the moment, I'll read YouTube comments and figure out what we're doing. Nice thing 2v2 are these best of ones. Until the finals, they are best of ones. Finals is best of 3. You got in here late, so I was already warmed up. Good. Biased. So. Okay, we gotta go find a game. So, left screen, you can see what I see. So Genghis Khan moves on. It looks like Xerxes, whoever is in Xerxes, beat Roscoe and Reginator, and we're waiting for any other games to finish up where we can get our own thing going. I'll give him about 10 seconds, otherwise I might play a quick battle or something. Cal Harmon moves on. He alone beat Mr. Doodles and Vernector. Still don't know who his partner is. It's someone in there. Betting the Flame of Zest and Queden / Air last game will end soon, because Queden's the host of this event, so he's probably on top of getting a lobby together. Probably. I don't know why I did a fadeaway screen there. That's my bad. Okay, I'll queue up for a quick battle. Then I'll watch on my left screen to watch for the next game. Ice Power to win the whole thing. Honest favorites is probably... Oh, it's Sean Connery. Love your movies, but IGTG. Sorry. ODM, the green one, just finished up as I got here. So, we're going to go cast that game. Sorry, I got distracted. My predictions would be Swarv and Ice Power, Void and Evenstar are probably the two favorites, and I would lean towards Void and Evenstar. Probably. Okay. The green one. Wait for me. Let's go find him. I hope the right people are in here. So if these are the right people, it should be the green one and then the AI May lads. Nope. What was their thing called? 2v2 GGX ODM. Well, I was in that lobby. That wasn't the right lobby. You lied to me. Is it 2v2 for Manties? Are they still there? We will see. I mean, Genghis is still here. I don't know if I want to be left alone in a room with Genghis Khan, though. Cal is playing with Loopy? I see. What up, Anodins? Ratboy 1v1 me? No rules, Ultra Funds? Maybe if we get another stall, I will do that. Right now, it looks like there's a game that should be up. I'm just trying to find it. You have a lobby? Trying to find the green one. If you don't know the green one, he streams on Twitch occasionally. He is a Spanish caster. I played in one of his tournaments recently. Cool dude. Cool dude. Pretty good player. just message Genghis to let him know someone's in here. Because otherwise I can invite people to this lobby. Yes, Alfred hosted it, but he is AFK now. We'll be back soon. Okay. I'll head over to that lobby then. It sounds like they're over there. What called? Is it Green One and Alfredino? That'd be a powerful team. TV2 tournament, AIMA versus ODM. Why don't I see this? Green One, I know we are friends. Why do I not see your lobby? Oh, Headman's is friending me. Maybe that'll help me find it. Oh, Warhammer, why can't you make things easier to find? 2v2 tournament, AMA versus ODM. Okay, I'm definitely looking for that. I'm not seeing it. Friend me. I hope Warhammer 3 is a little bit more robust of a system. How's everybody doing today? I'm sleepy. Oh, maybe Green One's offline. I don't know. Wait, am I offline? I just realized it said I had no friends online. Okay, Green One and I are friends. There it is. I can see it now. He must have been offline. Alright, I'm in. We are here. So who won the last game? Someone still has hope, I see. Yes. I need to skip to the end game of the last game to figure out who I'm inviting to this lobby. Genghis Khan and Head Mantis. Gotcha. So, Alfredino's here. Genghis Khan. Invite to lobby. And where's Head Mantis? They just friended me. There you are. I don't know how I missed you. Done. Let's get a blocker up. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Who do you think would win between Deep Fried Tretch, a random Storm Vermin, and then Queek and Icket? I think that's a one-sided battle, but curious on your thoughts. Tretch is a very powerful lord. So good. He's extremely meta. Yep. Just rolling past that one. Human baby, what map do we use now? Le Angui. One up. L'Angui is going to be an interesting 2v2 map because it is very small. That is a super small map for what we're doing here. Since we had it in the semis. Maybe. Edit, I'll change that. Okay, done. Getting messages about Intercities Finals, which are happening Friday at 6 in the morning my time. At the same time that I'm doing this. Lots of shit going on. But seriously, as a total noob to Total War Warhammer 2 tournament play, I found your commentary quite insightful. To me, the battle looked lost for a long time, but then they crumbled. It's like the cannons were taking out the bone giants. Oh, I see. Well, anytime, dude. Anytime. We're all our own harshest critics, so of course I'm going to be like, well, I'm doing this like shit, but If you're enjoying it, then good. Can you pronounce it again? The map? L'Angui. The thing about being incorrect about map names is if you say it confidently enough, most people will believe you. And then Hanadans will come in and yell at me. Hanadans coming in to beat my ass with bad pronunciation. I taught you everything I know about Skaven, and you still know nothing about Skaven. That sounds like I'm a bad teacher chasing rainbows. That's not reflecting well on me. Oh well. Skaven are neat. They're a fun faction. I got into them because their voice lines are silly. I actually entered Game 2. This is a spoiler for an event we have coming up soon, but anyway. I entered Warhammer 2, kind of disappointed, because I didn't know anything about Warhammer before I played Warhammer 1. Liked it a lot, played a ton of Dwarves, Greenskins, I thought they were super fun. Empire. And I thought everyone in Warhammer 1 was super cool, and then when I heard the factions for Warhammer 3, it was Dark Elves that I didn't care about, High Elves that I didn't care about, Lizardmen that I thought were going to be awesome, and then Skaven that I didn't care about. Because the only time I had noticed Skaven was when I played Vermintide. They were the bad guys that you wiped out like millions of. So I was just, okay, why would I want to play as those shitters? So I came into Warhammer 2 and played a bunch of Lizardmen campaigns in a row. And then I gave Skaven a shot once, and I was like, this is my new favorite thing ever. This is the best thing I've ever seen. So, didn't think I'd be a Skaven main. L'Anguini. Hey, Geese Howard. What up, dude? Goodbye, cat. Alright, Ed actually wanted to be let out, so now we're alone. We have a lot of stuff coming up. Friday, we have Anticity's finals for the RLC stuff. We cast recently on the channel the semifinals. So we should have that before New Year's. And then after New Year's, I have a game show with Bowmore to give some money back to the Ent Ladder. So the Ent Ladder team, AC Maiden, Bowmore, Anticity. I don't know if Butcherbird's given any money, but I know he's put a lot of work in. Lenorm, all them. They've done a lot for the community, so I wanted to give some money back. But me being me, I wanted to make a game out of it. So we'll have a game show coming up. And depending on how well, I think it's Bowmore. I think Bowmore is going to be our contestant. Depending on how well he does, I will donate his winnings to the Ent Ladder. So that'll be in early, mid-January. We'll have a tournament in early, mid-January. We'll have a faction war organized around, if you haven't been around the channel for a while, you're missing out. But we did these civil wars where everybody played the same faction, but the faction had subsets within it. So if you were playing Greenskins, if you're playing Wurzag, you needed to take a certain amount of Savage Orcs, but you could take like 3 Rogue Idols if you wanted. And if you took Grimgore, you needed to take like 2 or 3 Black Orcs, and you like couldn't take a Goblin unit because he hates Goblins. There's like shit like that. So we had all these for every faction, and now what I was going to do is going to go through and contact all the winners of each faction and be like, I forget who won each one, but let's say Papa Palpatine won a Chaos. I would go to him and say, like, pick one of the Chaos sub-factions from your Civil War, and you're going to fight the winner of the Greenskin sub-faction Civil War. And do that, so it's like a tournament of all these winners who bring the special rules with them, and we can see which sub-faction is the best through all the factions. So that'll be fun. That'll be in January. A couple tournaments coming up, and then I took a week off from work, February 17th when Warhammer 3 is supposed to come out. I'll take a week off there so we can just spam Warhammer 3. And I'm hoping to complete at least 3 or 4 campaigns in that time. There's a lot of shit coming up. A lot of good times. The question is, what is Human Boy? Is me. You love the elves too, except for what elves? I mean, true, but true. Gotta say, your civil faction wars are amazing. Thank you. We tried to mix it up a little bit. The meta was a little stale for a while, so tried to mix some new thoughts in there. As for this game, it looks like we have another mirror. What? Why is Genghis Khan on Dark Elves? I thought he was Empire. What's happening here? I have messages. Did they put in this? You suck because you know 1v1 battle tutorial. Well, I'll 1v1 him, Hammond, if there's a stall in the stream and he's still around. I will do that. But then the next game is ready and I have to go. I gotta do my job. Queden pays me a lot of fake money for this job. He offered me 35 schmeckles. That's a lot of schmeckles. I cannot disappoint. I am curious why Genghis Khan's on Dark Elves, though. Don't really know what that's about. Looks like for the green one and Alfredino, certainly a power duo. We have Vampire Counts and Dark Elves. Interesting combo. I have a blocker up, right? Yes, I do. All right, he's back on Empire. So Empire, Tomb Kings versus Dark Elves counts. Seeing how well the Tomb Kings and Empire sniped out the Counts last game, I'm going to have to favor them. But when you have Alfredino on one team, who got second in the Warhammer World Cup, which is the biggest tournament so far, hard to bet against him. It's a hard guy to bet against. I'm going to go with the AIMA lads, though. I'm betting on Tomb Kings Empire. Let's do it. KV, you're a treasure. You know why you're a treasure? Because I had those same ideas. If you look back on my channel, if you go to the very first videos, one, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. My early videos, I was shit, but I was trying. I started a channel because I thought siege battles were fun and no one was doing siege battle tournaments. I made a whole rule set. I got the balancing right. I figured out everything. We ran some siege battle tournaments and my computer died and the first couple streams did not go smoothly. It was my first time doing anything. It was terrible. It wasn't the siege battle's fault. It was my fault. But then everybody who played in them is just like, this couldn't have been a caster mistake. That caster is perfect. It's siege battles. Siege battles suck. And then no one wanted to play them ever again. So I was waiting for the right time to do the comeback. And maybe we'll do one before Warhammer 3. But yeah, mostly it was just a massive embarrassment that we were letting the community slowly forget about. Siege battles are fun. I mean, in campaign they're pretty lame, but against other players they're pretty fun, in my opinion. Head Mantis is almost set. I can only see Genghis Khan's army, and I can say we're going to like it. We're going to like it. Dark Elves Fair is strong at the moment, don't count ODM out. That's true. Like, they're playing two strong factions. But did you see what happened to Heinrich Himmler last game? He was there, and he was gone. That's going to happen again. Siege battles do suck. Not against play. All right, with the AI, siege battles suck, because the AI is dumb. But with players, it's kind of neat. I don't know. I had some fun playing with Bob, man. You're going treasure hunting for those? It's a bad time. I had to get a whole new computer because I learned that computer couldn't handle it. I was shit at casting. It was... I mean, at least you know what you're signing up for. What is the siege rules? Can you send me best of 3 with someone? Alright. Hammond's asking about him. You guys ready? Okay. Do I still have them? Is the key. Stream stuff. Map's not bad. I have my map list still. Oh, I can just go back and challenge and find that tournament page. Yeah, Hammond, I'll send them to you. We'd always take new players. New players are tight. The Medusa range attack is awesome. It just sucks, unfortunately. But it's cool. If it did more damage to single entities, it'd be good. Because right now, all it's good at is clearing out like big clumps of infantry, which a lot of players won't do. So then it's not worth it. But if it was also decent at killing single entities, kind of like the Hell Cannon. The Hell Cannon shot does fine against single entities. Like, it does really well against clusters of things. But in a pinch, you can just shoot dinosaurs and it does fine. If it hits, if it hits, which it usually does. Sometimes RNG's just not with you, but yeah, the Medusa's gaze thing doesn't do anything to single entities, so it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, and Zergesh. Don't worry about being new. You only get better by playing. I lost a lot for 3 months straight. And then I got decent, and then I got kind of good, and then I got decent, and then I got terrible. So we're currently at the terrible stage. But we were good once. Once. It might have been a dream. I don't know. Fever dream. Now, I had some spoilers about what the Empire army is, and I'm concerned. I'm immediately concerned because if they spawn here on this side of the map, they're not going to have good sight lines because they have the Luminarch again. Sabrina Quinn, I'm just going to get rid of that. And Jeremy, you're always winning, dude. People say Warrior Chaos is the best faction for beginners. Actually, that's a point I hadn't really thought about, but yeah, Chaos or Dwarves. Chaos or Dwarves are pretty good. Dwarves because they have high leadership and you don't have to worry about magic and stuff, and Chaos because their roster is pretty straight to the point. Anyway. On to this. So, we have a Casket of Souls for the Tomb Kings. I swear to God. You guys better be obeying the single entity limits. Alright, Bone Giant, Templehof Luminarch, Casket of Souls, an awful lot of sniping. They're going to have to deploy over here because the trees are in their way. We have Nekar Warriors getting set up, Sepulchral Stalkers, the ROR yet again. It looks like a bunch of Skeleton Spearmen, Nekar Warriors mixed in, and Skeleton Horsemen just for some chasing chaff. We do have Arc in the Black for a Caster Lord all-in-one. Very nice. Spirit Leech, Soul Blight, and Doom and Darkness. Wait, Aspect of the Dread Knight. Interesting spell. Load out, not what I would have guessed. Empire forces are way the heck over there. But I did see the Templehof Luminarch. I thought I saw a Pistolier or two, and then just a bunch of state troops. So they're relying on the Lord sniping of the Templehof Luminarch and Bone Giant, and then the infantry clearing of the Casket of Souls. Surround it with a bunch of Unbreakable Chaff and call it a day. So the Empire, we have a bunch of Spearmen. We have the Sigmar Sons, Unbreakable Swordsmen, Flagellants, and a couple of Halberdiers, and some heavy Empire Knights. Go, Empire Knights, go. Good for you. It's Chaff and Artillery. That's it. Dark Riders. So, for Alfredino and the green one. Interesting mixed build. Kind of have to take it all in before I can really talk about what the hell's going on here. Oh, I also need to pay attention to single entities. Looks like we're good. They hit 6 and then they're fine. So we have some Dark Riders and Cold One Knights. Just a few. Not too much cav on the Dark Elf side, but then with Alfredino I'm bringing 4 Black Knights, which is interesting. I find them underwhelming, so he's really betting on them. These guys have a decent cav core. They could really run over the Empire cav if they wanted to, because the Skeleton Horseman cav that the Tomb Kings are bringing are just terrible. Like, they're dog units. You don't really treat them like cav units. They're dog units. They'll lose any fight you throw them into. So Dark Elves and Vampire Counts have a strong cav advantage. Artillery-wise, they do have 4 bolt throwers. And I think that'll actually perform well against the Tomb Kings stuff. Templehof Luminarch, Casket of Souls, and Bone Giant are all pretty terrible artillery duelists. That's not really what they're going to do. So the bolt throwers actually might force this other army forward. Now, with a superior cav and superior artillery comes lackluster infantry, as we can see. Dread Spears, some Grave Guard, which are okay, but otherwise Dread Spears and zombies. So their infantry is far inferior to the other side. And we have some bats. Now, what's on the ground here? Double Horse White King. Interesting. So they're kind of more dualisty. They can chase down Volkmar, okay. Double Canid Assassin, both of which with Assassin's Trophy and Web of Shadows, which are discount Soul Stealers. We have a Strigoi Vampire Lord up in the sky with Gaze of Nagash and Invocation of the Heck. And Marathi? Probably Marathi. It's Marathi with Soul Stealer and Wand of Crydon. So with double White King, double Canid Assassin, and Gaze of Nagash, that's a lot of Lord Gooning potential. Volkmar doesn't care as much about it, but anything else going to have to watch the step. I think the blue team's in a little bit of trouble. I think the red setup is very nice for what they want to get going. The one thing that is nice is while red is spread out, you can see across this whole front line, these guys are going to come in at a very structured angle. And this red team's going to have to be pressured to move this entire line up and around while keeping these guys in place. Which, if it wasn't Alfredino in the green one, I would say is going to be hard, but these are exceptional players on the red team, so they will manage it just fine. Human Boy's getting a little too excited. You're supposed to be here. Put him back in his place. 7 SE? What did I miss? No. 3-3, 3-3. We have Volkmar. Templeoff Luminarch. Caster. So that's 3 for the Empire. And 3 over here. I swear it was 6. 6 and 6, I think. What am I missing? My worthless laptop has issues again? No, Cyrus! No! Now I'm all paranoid about this blue team thing. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 for Arkin, and I don't see the 7th blue team. I think Battle Tutorial's just keeping me on my toes. Alright. Casket of Souls aiming on the Graveguard, but if these Reaper Bolt Throwers get into range, they are going to melt that casket. I know from experience, it's not a good time. You can see, once these little red lines on the ground here reach that Casket of Souls, party's over for the blue team. And I think they need to realize this and start moving up. Because they have the superior infantry corps, they gotta go use that. I do not believe they're going to win the range battle. For the red team, they're moving up slowly. It looks like these Black Knights are fighting some Skeleton Horsemen. We can see how... I mentioned their dog units, essentially. Look at how little damage they've done. It's not what they're built for. They're meant to chase off routing units, unfortunately. Graveguard taking a bit of a pounding from the Casket of Souls. That's going okay. What are the Bone Giant and Luminarch shooting at? Because they're going to have to be carries this game. Don't really know what he's trying to shoot at the moment. Looks like he's obstructed. He's now gotten orders to shoot at the Strigoi Lord, but he's in all these trees. If that bolt hits any of those trees, it's going to stop dead. Pistoliers and Arkin trying to harass, but the cav fight in the trees is going very well for the red team, as we can see there. Bolt throwers now firing on the Casket of Souls, not having a good time. Let's follow the bolt. Achoo! Is he going to hit a tree? It hit a tree. It's a damn shame. It's a lot of single entities the Luminarch wants to shoot are going to advance through the trees where they cannot be hit. Looks like Fellbats are moving around as well. Maybe going to try to block the shot, but I think it'll penetrate through Fellbats just fine. Casket of Souls down to half health. This Graveguard unit's taking some damage, but it'll be okay with that, and the Bolt Throwers are already getting their damage value in. I don't know what the Bone Giant's shooting at. There's not a lot of targets for him in that direction. He's probably also going to have to turn towards these trees. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Another shot hits a tree, doesn't quite hit the Strigoi Lord. But the infantry of the blue team do need to move up now. They need to start fighting, but these Reaper Bolt Throwers are already in range of what they want to hit. And that's not great. If you can force the frontline fight to be out here or something, you can pressure these Bolt Throwers back and really stop them from doing what they're doing right now. But since now the fight's probably going to happen like here, they're already in range. They can do whatever they want. Casket of Souls suffering. Bone Giant gets one nice hit onto that Bolt Thrower. But, I mean, it still has 2 out of its 3 models, and there's 3 others that are 3 out of 3, so they're doing fine. Another miss from the Luminarch of Hysh. This one doesn't get stopped by a tree, but it does just get naturally dodged. And the Casket's doing okay. It's on the border of being out of range, which is very good for it. And since it's artillery piece, you don't really care how much health it has as long as it has some. But I'm wondering if it can get through these spearmen. Looks like it's kind of stuck in them, which is not good. Overcasted Gaze into Gash is going to wreck the Templeoff Luminarch, take it down quite a bit, and the red team is slowly but surely taking over this game. Unless the blue team gets extremely aggressive with their infantry right now, I do think they're in a quite bad spot, because as we pointed out, their advantages are in this infantry, and if it's not being used, they're going to just lose the game. Which would be sad. Casket is officially gone. And now I think all the Bolt Throwers will either switch on to... Yeah, they'll probably switch on to the Bone Giant now that that's out of range. What's the Fireball getting cast at? Looks like it's getting cast at Marathi? She has magic and missile resist, though. I don't think it'll do that much damage. Yeah. Just a little poke. Bolt Throwers are moving on to the next single entity they want to snipe. And I really want to see blue team move up. Go! Go fight them! They're just zombies and some Graveguard. Please go fight them. You have such good infantry. Use them. Look at these good boys. Look at them, ready to fight, ready to kill. And you're Volkmar. You can clear lots of infantry. Bone Giants trying to counterfire. The Bolt Throwers, if you look at their models, they're still 11 out of 12. So despite that one having super low health, it has 2/3 of its firing capacity. And now the Bone Giant's getting shot. And somehow these Dark Elves are missing the broadside of a barn, but whatever. More power to them. Your faith was totally misplaced. Trees. Trees are a problem, my friend. Blue team is now advancing. Hopefully to start the fight. Now it looks like they're stopping a little bit. What is this big engagement over here? Sparkle Stalkers are trying to do some damage to Black Knights. Black Knights are 750 in cost, so they're not a huge deal. Maybe this White King could get sniped out. Nah, he's going to run away right away. He knows he screwed up. And he is gone. Skeleton Horsemen trying to engage, but then running away because they're actually outclassed by these Dark Riders. Dark Riders are better in every stat, except for leadership, because these guys are unbreakable. Ooh, little overcommit from the green one. Dark Riders are going to plow into Skeleton Spearmen. That's not a great trade for them, but they could get out of it if he micros them soon. Bone Giants not having a good day. Arkin is quite alive. Volkmar is quite alive, so that is good. Bounce power is about even, but I would say it's decently favored for the red team at this point. Luminarch might want to change his target to that guy. Like net him and kill him or something. Overcast the Gaze in the Gash, though, is going to kill it off 100%. It is dead. I'm surprised bounce power isn't worse for the blue team at this moment. I think it would be, with a lot of their ammunition gone on these units. But oh why? Bounce power is going to bounce power. Is that a Soul Stealer? Looks like it is. Yeah, Fat Soul Stealer comes in, hits 3 units. Marathi's also going to dive in. These Sparkle Stalkers are getting whittled down. They are going to pull away. They should be okay. Volkmar and some of this Empire Cap probably has to pull up to support them. On the far side, Dark Riders are routing, but Black Knights are here to clean up and try to get into the flanks. But I don't really know. This is the tricky part and why I was talking about their elite infantry. There's nothing to really protect in here. So these infantry should all just go be fighting, and the Black Knights are kind of at a loss of what to do, because it's like, you know, aha, we snuck in here, and it's just more spears and other shit, and there's nothing for us to attack. So they don't really need to defend anything. They could move forward. Nekar warriors are getting involved over here along with Skeleton Spearmen. And Tomb Guard. Okay, those are Tomb Guard. Very nice. Now I'm even more angry. Fight, Tomb Guard! Fight for your lives! Overcast to Gaze and a Gash is going to almost one-shot Arc in the black. Does a little bit of overcast damage to Strigoi Lord. And if he's cast 3 of those, he's about out of mana for the rest of the game. But this dive attack might finish off Arkin. Never mind, he's going to run. If he doesn't stop running, that Doombolt's going to miss him. But if he stops right now like he is, the Doombolt's going to hit him and probably finish him off. So he needs to move. Move! Run! Run! No! Ouch. Well, that's no bueno. Strigoi Lord's going to get another hit on him, and he is probably going to die. Bone Giant's getting mobbed by Fellbats and getting shot by a bunch of Bolt Throwers. We can see the Bolt Throwers are still very healthy, but they are also out of ammo, though they don't care. They did their jobs. They killed everything that would have killed them. Bright Wizard's fine. Arkin is dead. Volkmar is fine. Bounce Power is going slightly in the favor of Red Team. I think it is very in the favor of Red Team, but alright, Bounce Power. You do whatever you want. You crazy kid. Bully Dino playing? I believe this is Bully Dino. I think it's Alfredino, and the green one is Bully Dino. Bright Wizard is going to rout after a couple Bolt Thrower shots hit him right in the face. Canadian Assassins are throwing out Webs of Shadows, doing lots of damage. Bounce Power is going further against the red team, and I agree with it. I think it should be further in the favor of the red team, as this is unfortunately donezo. It's only a matter of time. AMA got this. They only played against some ODM newbies. Yeah, Alfredino's pretty new. Never heard of him. Yeah, he's a chump. What a chump. Skeleton Horsemen are worse than dogs as far as I know. That's true. Depends on the dog, though. Like, you know, they have unbreakable leadership because they're undead, so better than dogs in that aspect. They're also less expensive than most dogs. Terrorgeist is committing to the fight with Volkmar. I would say it's potentially dangerous, but look at all this support. He's got an Assassin, he's got some Graveguard, he's got Marathi on their side. It's a perfectly fine fight to take. Bolt Throwers are out of ammo. It doesn't much matter at this point. Bounce Power is very far against the Tomb King's Empire combo. As a Scab Scrape comes in and cleans out even more stuff. This is the end of the Empire. Both the Undead Empire and the regular Empire we all know of. It is a black day, as bolt throwers kill their own comrades, you traitorous Dark Elf dogs. Thankfully, they have regen and they don't care. They're undead. Alfredino is the bully. What up, Showtime, by the way? Luminarch is either great or terrible, bless the RNG. Sorry, I was reading chat. I'm surprised army losses hasn't come in yet. It's hanging on. I suppose most of the Empire troops are unbreakable, so even when army losses hits, they'll be fine. But there it is. It's coming in. Volkmar might die. Ooh, yeah, he's dead. And with that, everybody's going to rout off, except for the Flagellants, who are still very much in this. Look at them. Look at the ocean under the ground, but also look at them. They're ready. They're ready to take over where their friends have deserted them. Go, my Flagellants, go! Oh, fight! Kill! That's GG, though. I think if both AIMA players back out, then it's over, but I currently think only one has. So we have to watch all the unbreakable troops die. Sigmar's lads getting rolled over. Ouch. And some skeleton spearmen somehow have an army lost. Wait, how haven't you army lost? That's weird. I think it's the rampage bug, where if you're rampaging, you can't crumble. When Volkmar dies, we all win? Damn right. Volkmar isn't even the most oppressive lord right now, but it's still like the residual shocks of when he was oppressive stick with me. Tomb Kings had a lot of trouble paying for themselves. I'm imagining the Gaze of Nagash has got a lot of value on the vampire caster. Volkmar didn't get a lot of value. He didn't really get to fight infantry until hyper late game, and then it was over. Luminarch got 600 value. That's honestly higher than I would have thought. Marathi, 2,100. Canaan Assassins, both around 800, 900 range. Witch Elves did fine. Golden Knights didn't get a lot of value, but they were very healthy. And Bolt Throwers did excellently. Gaze and Nagash, let's see it. 3,300 value. Yeah, it tracks. White Kings both did fine. Graveguard pushed up and died, but got some okay value on the back end. And Black Knights didn't do very much. ZGG. ZGG, well played. ZGG, well played. Void and Evenstar have moved on the other side. Billy Hope and Aaron still waiting on their opponent. I'll take you over there and take a look at that. Left screen. So, Void and Evenstar fighting Odium Kelharman and Loopy. Xerxes still waiting for the winner of Swarv, Ice Power Tank, and Crabling. And then Queden and Erlast are still fighting Flame of Zest to go fight Billy Hope and Aaron. And while we wait... What the... Battle tutorial, what's your password? What did you do? Alright. I'm trying to join Battle Tutorials game, but I don't know what his password is. It's human tutorial. It's a tutorial on how to be a human. I would like to know. Did Ratboy fail his own match? I wasn't in it, Hank Cyrus. Bobman and I dropped out because Bobman had real life shit to do, and I had to cast, so... Not the worst thing in the world. Oh, okay. What? The password's Defrat. It says no. But no, I did not fail my own match. I've literally never lost ever. Not a single game. You can't prove it. You can't prove it. You got nothing. It's not like I'm frequently recorded. Alright, Battle Tutorial's another streamer. Good dude. Plays a lot of stuff. If you want to find him on YouTube, just type in Battle Tutorial, you'll find him. His picture's that one. And we're apparently playing on Ultra Funds with no limitations. While we wait for the next game in the 2v2 tournament to get ready. So we'll go High Elves. High Elves are always the most fun to do silly things with. And now I will stop announcing everything I'm doing. So that Battle Tutorial doesn't know. It's gotta be secret. Everybody shh, shh, calm down, shh. Shh, don't tell him. Just be cool, be cool, be cool. We want some of those. Yes, alright, yes. Some of these. Okay, alright. Okay, yes. This is perfect. I don't even know who I'm fighting, and this is still the build I'm taking. All dragons? No. Dragons are for... Dragons and bolt throwers, that's it. But this, what about this? This is perfect. Oh, it's pasta fagioli. Do you like that fake Italian? Pasta fagioli when talking about an army? I'm classy. Fine, Jeremy. We'll do what Jeremy wants to do. We'll even take the lord of what Jeremy wants. That sucks. That also sucks. I need one of these. It's also on one of those. There's no... We're not taking any of the right spells for this either. Because we really need one of these if we're going to do that build, Jeremy, but we're not doing it. We're going with this. This monstrosity. I like what chat's suggesting. There's too much silliness about. That's interesting. Flame resistance costs 0. I'll take it. I like 0. And then let's get... I mean, I don't know if anybody else can get lion stuff. So we'll get some of these. Get some of these. We'll get a lot of these. Gotta get the Pure Main Company. Apparently double Frost Phoenix, so we can do that. I'm down. Down to clown. Let's get a Life Caster, because I do like some healing in my life. Horse, healing, that. And then I have 1,800 gold. How much is Tyrion? Alright, how much is Foot Tyrion? We can make Foot Tyrion work. I like unreading Battle Tutorial just so he doesn't know what's going on. We can cut Sunfang. Sunfang sucks. We can cut Heart of Averlorn too. And get Foeseeker back. Or if we get Foeseeker... We cut the Pure Main Company, and we cut Alistair. No, but just cut some of the stuff on Alistair. We could get Tyrion on a horse. Oh, the Pure Main Company. I was like, I got too much money. Yes, yes. The Lions of Oathwand ride again! Somehow, Queden and Flame Zest are not done with their game yet. Nor Tank, Crabbling, Swarve, and Ice Power, but I'm guessing with those 4 that it might be a lag fest. Which is why I'm hoping I don't have to cast their game until the finals if they make it there. You paused the stream, let's just say you were not prepared. I'm prepared of everything, dude. Isn't that Illidan from... Well, that's gross. Sometimes when I make tea, the little tea bag, like, explodes. So now I have a bunch of paper shrapnel in here, and I wonder how much paper I've ingested today. Anyway. It's like Illidan from Heroes of the Storm. That says, "You are not prepared!" Oh boy, we're outnumbered. I'm not. I don't think. I don't have a lot of dudes. We don't have a lot of dudes. We are critically low on dudes. Say when. When. We weren't ready, but I just want to obey. Lion chariots, led by the lion chariot man. Our life caster is over here. We will have some phoenixes run around with them. Go, phoenixes, go! We have lions to back up our lions. Where's the Pure Main Company? The Pure Main Company's also going to get the ROR because they just belong together. Look at them, they even match! They're both kind of pink. Look at them. Look at them go. Alright, I'm ready to lose. Oops. No, get back in your group. Group. Two. You get your own group because you have special ability, and let's go. Alright, what are we looking at? Forsaken. It's just Forsaken. Everything's Forsaken. It's all Forsaken. And Archaon. With Burning Head. Well, thankfully I don't have a lot he can Burning Head, but let's do this. Time to kill an infinite amount of Forsaken. Did you say you don't have a lot of tubes? I don't have a lot of tubes. Need to put some damn milk in my tea. Why would I put milk in my tea? And also, how would that help with the paper being in my tea issue? I feel like that doesn't solve a problem I have. I feel like that's a very random thing. Alright. Let's see how many Forsaken we can kill. Go. Go. Now you can charge back in. You can charge in on that side. You go this way. Pure and Main Company go this way. Come here, Pure, all of you. I mean, not much I can do about that. You guys are just fucked. Okay. Let's find a nice juicy blob and kill it. Charge through there. I guess roar. Good luck. Good luck, everybody else. Tyrion, go fight Archaon. Do it. Do it, coward. Forsaken are quite thick. We're having a bit of trouble getting through them. That's not going great. Itchy nose. Itchy nose. I'm not picking my nose. I'm just picking at my nose. Ah. It's very itchy. Go, friends, go! Go, friends, go! Okay. Tyrion's not having an amazing time, but he's not dead. So, there's that. Frosty Phoenixes, put out that guy's fire. White Lions, come back. Other Lions, I guess, come back. I don't really... Ooh, that's a lot of Forsaken. I don't want to be there no more. That's bad. Oh, we have a mass rout! Let's go! Let's go! Kick their ass! Kick their ass! Okay. Frostheart Phoenixes are over here. That one's doing Archie, and it's doing great. And now it's time to run away before that suddenly isn't great. Do we have another one of these? Let's do that. Let's do that. Don't die. Don't die. Hang in there while the Dwellers Below does all the damage. All of the damage. Die. Die before your high elf masters. Uh-oh. Run. Run, lady. Run. 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 How's Alistair doing? Alistair's doing great. He's doing fine. Tyrion and the double Phoenixes doing okay. He's got all his buffs back up. He's a buff boy. 120 melee defense versus your 68 melee attack. If I ever get hit, I'm going to be upset. That should just be the quote of this channel. If I ever get hit, I'm going to be upset. Pure Main Company can handle that. Chariots are going to have to come help me out. Okay. It's going well. If we can kill Archie, that would be good, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Itchy. If only I had dragons. It's true. It's true. Uh-oh. Try to dodge that? Nope. Nope. It's right there. Oh, God. We're all dying. Oh, jeez. Oh, lordy. Okay, you come back. I'll need your healing a little bit. Oh, man, look at this blob. I want to go punish that blob. What's Tyrion and the Phoenix is doing? They're chilling. Living their best life. Trying to leave. How much mana do you have? Some. Some is fine. Give me the damage! Oh, give me the damage. It's not as much damage as I wanted, for all being honest, but it was fine. I did fine. Tyrion's fighting. Go, Tyrion, go. This Frostheart Phoenix probably shouldn't leave him for dead, so we'll come back. Pure Main Company's coming back. Are those guys seriously gonna run off the map? You cowards. You cowardly lions. That's not good. Don't kill my life mage. Don't do that. Come on now. Come on, that's not nice. This is just Christmas. And this isn't in the spirit of Christmas. Crimbus. White lions are back. These white lions are back. We're doing great. Somehow these guys are holding on. Look at them. I mean, I'm sorry. That was my fault. I looked at them. I shouldn't. They were Schrodinger's white lions. If you look at them, they'll stop existing. Yay, healing. Mass route. Mass route. Chariots, come back. Aha, joke's on you. I don't have any units there. That burning head will hit your own units. It doesn't do any damage to chariots. Oh, it poked my white lions. I didn't like that. We did it! White lions! Hey, Void and Evenstar already. Good timing. Alright. At Void, at Even, at Green, at Alfred. You ready? White Lion Chariots got 2,000 value. Alistair got 600. Wow, what a Chad. Lions of Christ didn't do that great. You guys didn't do that great. White Lions? The infantry version did great. 2,100 on my caster, and Tyrion did okay. Archaon was trying to carry his Forsaken squad. He was trying. They did their best. Forsaken squad too strong. I have a semi to go cast, but TY for the game. Smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Looks like green one's gonna host for us. It's just called 2v2 semifinals. We're in here. 1, 2, 3. Shit, I joined as a player. I am made out of dumb pants. I don't like being made out of dumb pants. It hurts. Okay, so we gotta hit that big fat spectate button next time. I am a filthy tryhard. I didn't listen to the chat and go with a full lion build. I came with that on my own. I am a filthy tryhard. I'm a terrible person. Flame of Zest has moved on to fight Billy Hope on the top side, and Xerxes is fighting Swarv and Ice Power. So that'll be our other semifinal, is whoever wins between those two. But for now, we're here with ODM, the green one, and Alfredino versus Void Lulls and Evenstar. And all players are definitely here. We can see, look at them all. Look at all these players. Look at them go. I'll put the blocker up just in case. Hard to tell Frosty value, but the debuff must be worth a fair bit. Probably. Probably did great. I need to get rid of this tea before I get tempted to drink the rest of it and forget that it has paper in it. But look at it over there. Golly. Look at this. Look at this tea. There's so little left. It's just like, finish it. Come on, coward. You coward. You won't. Void and Evenstar here. I am going to go get a cream soda, and dump this shit out. We'll wait for Alfredino. Your beat. Wait, is this the map? Shimmer Sword. So they're on a similar map, but not the same. Okay, your beat. Okay. We're back. Alfredino is here. It looks like we have Vampire Counts and Skaven. Yeah, Skaven! Let's go. Vampire Counts and Skaven versus Vampire Counts and Dark Elves. The map is still not the right map. Boo. Jeremy, that is not what I... Jeremy, you are lying to Battle Tutorial. I said more people in chat wanted the Lions thing. I have other channel news, but I'm going to make sure these guys change the map. Map. Oh god, the lag. Hopefully that'll clear up. We do have 2 people from Russia. The green one, I believe he's in Spain. I believe. Don't remember exactly what country he's from. I believe Alfredino is French, and then I'm in America, so this is a worldwide podcast. Joe Rogan show, eat your heart out. This is the future of talk content. Also channel news, a lot of channel news. We got the book done. Okay, there's 2 books. So the book that I wrote a long time ago, that's like a full-length thing, that's been out for a while. But we're talking about, on the Discord, we were working on it's kind of like, okay, so it's a joke. I mean, it's not this. This announcement's going very well. I'm crushing it. The book itself is a joke, but it's real. And it's kind of designed like a children's book, but the pitch for it is that it's like a book you would read to your drunk friend who likes Harry Potter too much to get them to shut up and go to sleep. So everything rhymes in it. It's kind of like, it reads like a Dr. Seuss book. I'll quit because I can't find the name. I see. So Green One's coming back. He's switching who the host is so they can find the name. Anyway, we got all the images in. Now I just have to use Photoshop and put the text in and then format them in a way that I can use it through this book printer I use. Order like 1,000 of them, shove them in the basement, put them up on the website so people can buy them if they want them. But the pictures are done. Can I find the pictures? Desktop. Book pages. Yeah, they're right there. So we have all 20 pages. I'm going to splice some of them to make the cover or whatnot, but that's in the works. Other than that, the board game is still in San Francisco Harbor. It's been there for a month. Supply chain stuff is shit, but once I get those, should be able to ship them out to whoever wants them. on the website. I would direct you to the website right now, but it's very out of date because I thought this would be out in November, and it's not. So I think the website still says Puppet Masters is out in November. And that's sad. Also, the game crashed. In case you didn't notice in the background. So we're going to rejoin. What was it again? 2v2 semifinals? Spectate. 1, 2, 3. I don't like how long it's taking me to join that game. Okay, we got to. Because I would prefer to just make things on my own and not work at my job at the Mayo Clinic. Because the Mayo Clinic's fine. They're fine. But it distracts me from what I really want to do. I really want to do YouTube content, and I want to make board games. I have, like, for anybody, we've had a lot of new people to the channel, so anybody who doesn't know. I have 3 fully made board games behind me, 3 prototypes that aren't quite there yet, and then we have, I think, 11 on my computer that are ideas that I haven't, like, really pursued yet. So it's not a problem of quantity, it's a problem of time, and I don't want to leave my job and make board games and then learn that that's not a viable thing, and then, you know, go broke and go hungry and die. So I've been doing it at night for 5 years. Yeah, so whenever I get home from work, I work on YouTube and I work on board games. And I'm kind of hoping that I could stop doing those at night and just do them full-time. It's the end goal. So hopefully by this time next year, I'll know if that's a viable option or not. But until then, I have a year of doing 80 plus hours a week of nonsense. The joys. The joys. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, I'm back in. The map is correct. And I see Alfredino has most of an army. So hopefully we'll get him a game soon. Sorry about the delay on this little part. It's a bit of a trick to get all 4 people in the same room. But we are here. Dark Elves and Vampire Counts versus Vampire Counts and Skaven. I'm guessing the Dark Elves and Vampire Counts are going to want to rush, because there's no way the Dark Elves can outshoot the Skaven, and if both front lines are of equal quality, then the Skaven are just going to be happy as can be. I would favor the Vampire Counts and Skaven in this matchup, just because I know in a lot of 2v2s I've played, when I played for RTK, I was a Skaven player in a lot of them, and it's just, it feels incredible to have a front line that's not going to break. Skaven can carry an infinite amount. Like, they can get infinite amounts of value on all of their things. The problem is almost never them running out of ammo. It's running out of bodies to put between you and what the ammo is going towards. So, I think the Skaven will be rather happy. Kind of surprised we haven't seen more Skaven today. When Bobman and I signed up, we were going to play as Bretonia and Skaven, because the idea there was Skaven having heavy cavalry would be pretty nuts. You know, Knights of the Realm running around, Fey, double Paladin, and I'm just sitting in the back shooting everything that tries to fight them. And if they come to fight me, then they're going to get rear charged by heavy cav over and over again. So that was going to be our combo. But Bobman had to go and have a real life. What a jerk. Alfredino going for a very different type of build than what we just saw. Kind of curious how this is going to work. Evenstar and Void are ready. Void said in the chat he's ready. Evenstar's actually ready up. Green One and Alfredino just compiling a few last minute things. Hopefully getting into game soon. Hopefully. Hubby would play as main? Yeah, I know. It's shocking. It's shocking. 2v2s are fun. I was just busy today with, you know, casting this. this thing. Hopefully by the time we're done with this, the other semi-final will be ready. Hopefully. Because they both had more time to start than these guys. And everything's best of one. Void's not ready too. Alfredino's build has been the same for a while, so I'm hoping it's close to being finished up. Half screen. I still don't know who's on Team Jixxy. But between VM, Billy Hope, and Aaron, Flame of Zest, I don't know who's on that team either. And Swarv and Ice Power. I'm guessing Swarv and Ice Power are going to roll this side, and our final will be Swarv, Ice Power versus Void Even Star. Which is a lot. That's just going to be a lot. Ice Power and Void aren't friends. Swarv and Void have been on teams together before. So maybe a little bit of a allies turned into enemies over there. There's a lot going on there if that ends up being the final. Oh well. Okay. I've watched Alfredino add and take away the same unit like 3 or 4 times, and I'm getting a little concerned. Hey, all right, we're starting. It was just like, Black Knight? No Black Knight. Black Knight? No Black Knight. What about Black Knight? No Black Knight. What about Black Knight, though? And I can't talk about it, otherwise what's the point of the blocker? But I'm just watching this Black Knight appear, disappear, appear, disappear, and I'm like, fucking get on with it! Pick it! Ice and Void are dating, so much tension there. If that was true, I would be very concerned about their physical health. That would be a terrifying relationship. I wonder what Ice is going to do in Warhammer 3. Probably just play Slaanesh over and over again. Slaanesh and Dark Elves are very similar in aesthetic. This stream is sponsored by A&W Zero Sugar Cream Soda. It's liquid. It has a taste. I don't like it. It's not a good taste. But we bought it, so we're going to drink it. It's out of the drain. Void is a necromancer and Ice is BDSM boy. Well, that's sudden. Alright, I get to talk about something I know for once. Ickit Claw. Never mind, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I thought 100% it was going to be a Grace here, because they're so good. They're so good in 2v2. Dreaded 13th is great. All their buffs are great. So we have Ickit Claw, Double Assassin. Ickit Claw has Howling Morp Gale and Scorch, and then his Zapper. We have a bunch of Skaven Slaves, Clanrat Spears. Well, this is already more infantry than I was expecting out of the Skavens. That's bold. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, 2 Globes, 4 Jezzails, 3 Rat Ogres. Okay, so it ended out a lot more like I would have thought. Usually you would see Mortars here, maybe a Warp Lightning Cannon or 2, but it looks like Evenstar is going for... Evenstar and Void are going for a lot of infantry. Just a lot from both sides. For Void, we have Isabella von Karstein with her healing, her Blood Chalice. Invocation to Heck cannot heal Ickit Claw or the Assassins. It only works on undead units. Blood Chalice can heal anybody that's a lord or a hero. So a lot of conditional healing on this roster. But technically, Ickit and the Assassins have healing. Other than that, we have Blood Knights, we have Crypt Horrors, double Vargulf, Vargeists in the sky. It looks like we have some Graveguard with great weapons here. Maybe 2 of them. Skeleton Spearmen mixed in with zombies. And why does the Vampire Count's Force feel like it's missing a lot of its gold? There's gold here I'm missing. There's gold in them, their hills. I guess these are Blood Knights, and Blood Knights are expensive, along with Vargeists. Okay, so very small and elite Vampire Count's Core, and a pretty regular Skaven army, except for Ickit Claws, spicy. Interesting way to use that dynamic duo. You would think the Vampire Counts would just spam frontline and keep them alive. On the other side, for the ODM lads, Sorry, I got distracted by chat. Benzo saying, I would watch the Ice Void dating show. It'd be like the Real Housewives. It's just all drama. All drama, no plot. Hey! I totally said that without reading your second thing. It'd be like the Real Housewives, but with more wine throwing. Yes! Same wavelength. You'll love to see it. All right, for green one, double Canyon Assassin, double Assassin's Trophy, and Web of Shadows as per usual. It looks like Alfredino has a bunch of zombies, some Dread Spears on the far side, Skeleton Spearmen spammed throughout. So this side is going with the Mass Chaff build. We have quadruple Black Knight, I believe. Or did he cut it down to 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, quadruple Black Knight. 3 Dark Riders, some of which were shields. Now we have Dark Shards. 4 the Dark Elves. Only 3. 3 Dark Shards, 2 Bolt Throwers. It's all very intermixed, so it's getting a little hard to figure out what the hell's where. Some Dogs, some Witch Elves. And we have Vlad von Karstein on the ground, along with Marathi on the ground. And double Horse White King. I have many questions about this Dark Elf Count's army. I do not believe in it. I'm concerned it doesn't have nearly enough carry potential. It feels like there's a lot of things protecting nothing, if that makes any sense, and I'm concerned. Dark Riders over here, more dogs over here, but it's like there's all this chaff, but there's nothing to kill anything. We'll see. I don't know. I think the Skaven Vampire Count army is going to have a much better time here, would be my guess before the game even starts. Would you watch Real Housewives, hubby? Oh, why do I? No, I don't. Grace does. I walk through sometimes, but I don't really stop and pay attention. She watched The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and everything about their lifestyle pissed me off. Where, like, one girl's like, he only bought me a $10,000 ring. And I didn't know we were poor. And I'm like, bitch, shut up. It's a $10,000 ring. Fuck you. And I know it's, like, reality TV, and I know it's not real and all that shit, but it's like, yeah. I don't get any enjoyment watching people be twats. It's not my thing. Maybe the idea is simply not give them expensive targets. Maybe. I could see that. I don't see the stopping power. Like, most of these units are defensive, right? You have Dread Spears, where Dread Spears and Bleak Swords are the ones that kill things, Dread Spears are the ones that hold for longer. So it feels like this. And we have Skeleton Spearmen instead of Skeleton Warriors, no Crypt Ghouls. Like, even if you're going with the we want to keep stuff cheap so there's no targets, it just feels like the Skaven are going to shoot these Bolt Throwers with their Jezzails, then they're going to shoot the Dark Shards, slash Poison Wind them, and then the game's over. And I obviously don't mean the blue team can't win. I'm just saying that in my mind, if both of these armies were played by AI, I think the blue team would lose. But they've put a lot more weight on their shoulders. So that's all I was trying to say, is that if the blue team wins, it's like, wow, look at you go. A little bit of lag, not unforeseen with the players, as I mentioned before, but actually they're doing better than I thought. All right, computers, all right, internet. Good job, everybody. Hanging in there. Stuff is moving. It's not quite a kind of slideshow. Grey's Anatomy's where it's at. My mom used to watch that. I don't even know what it's about. I know it's about hospitals and fucking. That's about it. Some detective like NCIS. Probably don't watch a lot of television then. I watch a good amount of anime. I watch animated shows, being like Bob's Burgers, Rick and Morty, and then more traditional Japanese anime like Psychopaths and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and stuff. So like animated shows in general are pretty good. I liked Game of Thrones before it sucked. I like Black Sails, so I like a mix of things, but I'm generally not a reality television kind of guy. I love game shows. I could fuck with a 24-hour Wheel of Fortune marathon, dude. Jeopardy, super good. Family Feud, super good. Bring back game shows is actually what I'm saying here. It makes you feel total contempt for people richer than you. All right, I gotta talk about the game a little bit. So occasionally, the game is moving forward. And when it's moving forward, we get some pretty green lights from the Jixxys shooting at some Blood Knights. Oh, there are some Blood Knights mixed in with the Black Knights. Okay, so there's the carry potential. I was wondering where the hell all of Alfredino's money went. Is it 2 and 2? Yeah, it's 2 and 2. All right, that's much better. I now like this army a lot more than 4 Black Knights. You have 2 Black Knights, 2 Blood Knights. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Blood Knights are decent against Skaven. They have missile resist when they're not in combat. If they get on top of Rat Ogres, which are your main tool for stopping Knights, they can wreck them. Now, caveat to that is 1 Blood Knight microed very well is good. If you have more, they're kind of a target, and if you micro them poorly, they're just going to die. But I think Blood Knights are a little underrated in this Skaven matchup. As for this, bolt throwers are shooting at Jixxys, and it's not a winning trade at all. You can see this is going very poorly for them, and ooh, there's even a zombie summon to shut them down. I don't know about that. I wonder if the Jixxys are going to get obstructed by these zombies. For now, it looks like they're finding some exterior targets, but that might have actually just stopped the damage from coming in. I would have much more preferred the zombie summon over here, the one that wasn't getting shot at all, and then keep shooting this one and route it off, because look at how close it is to dead. And now all of a sudden, these zombies are in the way of your own Jixxys. So I don't love it. But the Skaven are super happy with the situation. They're just going to sit and fire. Very nice spread. You can see now that you're talking about 4 very elite players, because, ooh, nice little Vargeist action on these Black Knights. That is excellent for the Vargeist. They have good armor piercing, and Black Knights are tanky. They have 24 melee attack and a pathetic charge bonus, so the Vargeists are safe. Anyway, you're dealing with 4 really good players, because you can see already Alfredino and the green one have executed a good surround. They have a lot of units spread out over the map, and they're doing what they can. But you can see also Evenstar and Void do this kind of broken formation. That's pretty neat, and it's not something that comes to your head right away. You know, like the way my brain works, and it feels like a lot of players' brains work, is like everything in your line, everything in your army has to be in a straight line, and you need to angle it appropriately to your opponents. But they like, you know, all right, this line is going to face you guys, and then we're going to just do this like right angle thing. So I like that. Very nice. Over here, we do have a major engagement, and oh, this is going very poorly. Void got a little caught out, and now these double White Kings on horse, and Vlad caught this Vargulf, did about 2/3 of its health and damage with a little bit of support from the Canaan Assassins and Dark Shards, and he's going to run away. Now he is regenning up a little bit, but I mean, damage is damage, and you got to take it. Red team is quite ahead on the balance of power. It looks like there's a big catch over here. Some Black Knights were killed on the side of the blue team, and then some Dark Riders are routed off the side of the map, so that's not going very well. Canaan Assassin's taking a lot of Jixxy fire, and how are the bolt throwers doing? One is totally fine, the other one, the crew had to abandon it and run away. Skaven trying to kill some Dread Spears, who did manage to walk through the front line. That is a bit of a blunder that we have a lot of units over here not helping, where part of the front line collapsed. You do need to get in there, get involved, and reaction time isn't an excuse, because we've all seen that this game has a few pauses in it. Backline dominance by Void and Evenstar. They are keeping the backfield very, very secure. The front line, they're letting a few things sneak through, but these are Dread Spears. They're not Bleak Swords. They're not going to kill anything that fast. And you can see these Warlock Jixxys are holding on a little longer than you might think they would. Evenstar does have to pull up these Rat Ogres and charge them in the Dread Spears, just protect himself, but there's a lot going on around the map. It's much easier for me to sit here and say, do this, you nerd, than it is to actually go do this. Icket Claw is committing to a fight over here, killing Blood Knights, which is very nice for him. And Balance Power is going further into the Skaven Vampire Count's territory. Where are the other Blood Knights? Other Blood Knights are down to 1/3 HP left. White Kings are quite damaged. Vlad is trying to help this Canaan Assassin fight a normal assassin. Some of the Jixxys are getting caught out, so that could be a boon for the blue team, but how's their carry potential doing? One of their Blood Knights is fully dead. The other one I lost track of, but it was very injured. Yeah, it's over there. It's being injured. Dark Shards are relatively healthy. That's good. Bolt Throwers are alive. Nice Doom Bolt. Did some decent damage to the Poison Globes. There's nothing to really follow up on it, so they'll be okay with that. And I do think the blue team lacks the real killing potential to get through the front line. Would have liked Bleak Swords over Dread Spears and maybe some Crypt Ghouls or something. Dire Wolves immediately shattering as soon as I look at them, but these Jixxys are getting bailed out by the Vargeists and Rat Ogres and all this crap. Vargeists, I wonder why they were taken, but they seem to be doing okay, so Must have been some sort of reason in there. These Blood Knights are just about to crumble away, fighting a Vargulf, and they're doing decent damage to it with their White King Helper, but they're also having a bad time on the other end. Most Skaven games kind of go this way, though. Skaven win at first, and then when the front line falls apart, so does the rest of the game, so it's... Blue team's not out of it yet. Not out of it yet. I'm concerned, but it's not over. Ickett's low. If Isabella's around, he needs a Blood Chalice pretty soon. I don't know what took him that low. Oh, it looks like Dark Shards did. Yeah, they'll do excellent work to a Doom Wheel if they can hit it. Skaven Slaves got onto Dark Shards. There is a Canadian Assassin trying to peel him off, and Vlad / Marathi is running forward towards a blob. That is a tempting blob to Soul Stealer, but it's probably not worth it because it's zombies and Skaven Slaves. There's one unit of Graveguard in there, but it's not worth it. Oh, as I say it, it gets cast. Alright, well, it'll do some damage. It's not a terrible cast, just it feels like a bait. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers routing off due to their own Poison Wind hitting them. But the Witch Elves are going with them, so that's pretty good. Isabella trying to fight a White King. She doesn't have incredible combat stats, so if this other one loops up to help her, she will lose. And it does look like he does just that. So, Isabella's going to want to be careful here. She has 65 melee defense, which is pretty good. 50 melee attack. But 2v1s in single entity fights almost never go well for the one. Almost never. Unless it's Sigvald. Bolt throwers are still shooting at Jezzails, but they're really spread out formation, and their silver shields do make it hard for those bolt throwers to really win that fight with them. And they're still quite healthy. The rallying Jezzails on the far side are shooting back. They're shooting at these Dark Riders that it looks like more Blood Knights. Ooh, Void still has Blood Knights, and the other side doesn't. This could be hard to take out later unless the Dark Shards get a nice chance to just fire down on them. Vlad Marathi pulling out of that fight with the Graveguard's great weapons. They're still quite healthy, and they didn't really want to fight that, it looks like. This game has gone 6 minutes, so it is kind of a longer game, even with the slideshowness. Black Knight's trying to hold off Rat Ogres and Zombies and Vargeist. It's not going to go well for them, but the Dark Shard support will help out a good amount. Where is the hope for the blue team? It's probably right here. Ickett joins Isabella. He's being very aggressive with his limited health. If he breaks, then no amount of healing will help him if he gets followed off the map. And it looks like the White Kings know that. They're immediately going to follow him. Not going to go after the unbreakable Isabella, but instead follow Ickett around. Hit him from behind. You see his leadership spike to negative for just a second. And if they can get Ickett off the map or kill him, I mean, that loses 1/2 of your enemy's magic potential, but also might damage the Skaven morale enough to break them. Ickett is going to rally just a little bit. And one of the White Kings is gone. It looks like Isabella managed to actually take him out. Ickett will be fine, and I'm really curious where a Blood Chalice is, but he needs it. Excuse me 1 second. There we go. Had to clear my throat. Chat's popping off. I'll check in a bit. Though it is a slideshow, there's still a lot to cover right now, so I can't really get distracted, unfortunately. It looks like these Jezzails might shatter. Maybe. How we doing, buds? Rally game. Rally. Okay, no. Their leadership bar was just missing for a bit. They weren't shattered. White King still fighting Isabella. He's getting decent trades up, but she can heal. And he can't this far away from his lord. Where's Vlad? Vlad, where you at? Blue team lord. I see Marathi. Where's Vlad? No way he died. Did Vlad die? Hold on, I gotta hover something. Damage sustained, but it doesn't say Lord recently died. Oh, there's Vlad. He's just surrounded by Blood Knights. That's fine. He loves it. Dark Shards are going to get compromised by Crypt Horrors. They don't like that at all. Vargeist are diving in for the other ones. Blue team is quite far behind on the balance of power now. I think it is all over but the crying. Just about. Just about. Anyway. So what's going on? Chosen One's here. Hey, Chosen One. Anime like a true weeb. I like certain animes, but I usually like animes that most people like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and that kind of thing. Not really. I don't go down the dark tunnels that often. For Poland's here. Hey, what up? Queden saying Russian internet is best. It's true. So Issa is pissed Daddy Vlad Isabella's pissed Daddy Vlad found Mama Marathi. Oh, that's true. That is true. In this game, Vlad is cheating on Isabella, and now they're getting in a tiff. Gisele's trying to poke him. He's just having a nice stroll in the forest while his army crumbles away. He's like, please stop shooting at me. I just want to command my forces. Meanwhile, his forces are all dead. Big dead. Bolt throws are offline. Dark shards are all offline. It's just Marathi and Vlad at this point. And I don't think they can carry this. Look at that blood chalice work on Ikit. Ikit's almost heel capped. You love to see it. A Skaven Lord almost heel capped. Yeah! Keep rolling, Ikit. You keep rolling into the sunset. I'm kind of surprised they didn't bring his Greater Arcane Conduit thing. Unlimited power. If they're going to heel cap him anyway. That was a brutal Gaze of Nagash from Vlad across the map. Over the hill, through the woods, to Grandmother's house we go. Getting that value, getting them stacks. It's the Skaven Lord that he attacks. I'm here all week. Those monitors so worth it now. Yep, it's great. Vlad and Isabella are having their fight. Assassin's Trophy onto Isabella. Wait, Assassin's Trophy onto Isabella? Oh yeah, the Canaan Assassins have it. I always associate that as a Skaven item, and I'm like, why? Anyway, Isabella's got the Assassin's Trophy, and Von Hell's helping her. He has the Master Beguilement on him. Both of them have Master Beguilement, but I think he just used it on the Blood Knight, so he doesn't have the mana for it. I think there's a Soul Stealer coming in to try and help kill Isabella and maybe turn this game around, but there's a lot out here, you guys. I don't think they need Isabella to win this game. Canadian Assassin's about to break. Marathi's hanging in there. She's running over to help Vlad. Vlad the Chad, Vlad the Dad. She now decides this is not the best place to stay, as Vlad's new girlfriend is going to chase her away. And Vlad runs off because he doesn't want to deal with this nonsense. Arcane Conduit's popped. Kind of surprised army losses hasn't kicked in. Even Star's Giselles are safe, though I guess they're running out of ammunition at this point. I don't know if Vlad and Marathi can carry this much. And all of a sudden their leadership sparks down as army losses is going to kick in, and they will both die. We'll avoid an even star, move on to the finals. Other semi ready? Other semi is ready. Hey, let's go! Swarve and Ice Power versus Flame and Zest. Flame of Zest? Flame and of Zest. Flame Zest of and. Okay. Sorry, type in the next people to get that game ready. We should have thought of Isabella, Alfredino says. It's true. These armies need more Forsaken? True. My favorite Warhammer battle. Hey, Grumbrindle, what up? Ikit's riding dirty. Let's see what Ikit's value was. So Marathi did fine. On foot, she has a lot less carry potential because she can't, like, roll to any fight that she wants to anymore, so she has to just walk. Alfredino, Vlad got good value, he paid for himself. His White Kings did well as well. Horse White Kings, making a comeback. Black Knights and Blood Knights got murdered. And dogs mixed, but overall not great. Even Star, Ikit Claw got 2,600 value. Let's go, Ikit. Good job. Good job out there, Ikit. I'm imagining these Giselles got a lot of value, considering they all used their last shot. Poison Globes did less than I would have thought, but Giselles did excellently. Rat Ogres did just fine as well. Void Laws, Isabella got 1k. Nothing else really did that great. Blood Knights did okay, didn't quite pay for themselves. Vargeist did actually quite well. And then Vargulfs got murdered. GG, well played. Blood Knights lost too easily and Footlords got ignored. It's true. Attack on Titan and Overlord? I like Overlord. Attack on Titan, I'm going to be honest, I fell off. I fell off the wagon. I lost the plot. When, like, the 900th person was actually an Overlord, not Overlord, it was actually a Titan, I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore. Nothing matters. Everything sucks. Attack on Titan Season 1 was cool. After that, I don't know what the hell happened. It's pretty much, does this character have a name? Yep, they're a Titan. Secretly a Titan. Congratulations on your baby boy. It's a Titan. What? That's impossible. It's a baby. Ah, that's also a Titan. And they also, I will say, there was a little bit of the Ice Power's going to host a game, so I'm waiting on that. But there was a little bit of Nothing Matters in Attack on Titan for me, where like I hate when shows or movies go. There's I'm making this up, but the example tracks through movies and shows. When they like, all right, we're part of a 10-man team. There's only 10 of us. We're running out of people. It's really dangerous. And then like 4 die, and the next scene there's 7 of them left. And you're like, huh? And then in the next scene, like 2 of them die, but at the campfire they're back to 7. And it feels like there are always enough background characters. There's always enough. There's always more. They never run out somehow. So it's like, oh man, humanity's on its last legs, and there's so many Titans, and it takes like 9 of us to kill a Titan, bro. And then you see something horrible happen where like hundreds and hundreds of people die, and they're like, we're running out of soldiers. And then the next arc, they're like, nah, we're fine. We have plenty of soldiers. We're good. It's like, what happened to the scarcity? Blech. Blech. AV is gay, but Nathan is gay. All right, good for them. Good for them. It's progressive. Nice job. Welcome to Boys. I'm pretty sure Ice Power didn't host Booba. Human Boy and his special effects should be introduced into Warhammer. Good. It makes just as much sense while being more amusing. Oh, Slap on Titan? I see. I clearly haven't watched season 4. No, I told you I fell off. I said I watched season 1, then I fell off. If it got better later, I don't know. I'll message Ice and see if he's done. You hosted. Dothraki? Yeah, the Dothraki, Loopy. Exactly. Like Game of Thrones. It's just, there's always more Dothraki. There's always more. Sure, they all got obliterated in that one battle in the snow, but nah, they'll be back in the next scene. Some great plot turns. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't... Yeah. If I haven't seen it, I'm not going to shit talk it, so I'm not going to pretend Attack on Titan Season 4, which I haven't seen. I'm going to be like, well, clearly, it never got better, but I know around... I watched season... I think it's Season 2, where they're out looking for his dad, and then they end up in this tower, and there's mini Titans breaking into the tower, and the cool guy I like gets bit through like a door, and then they're stuck on this tower, and then reinforcements arrive. And when the reinforcements arrived, I finished that episode, and I'm like, I'll come back to this maybe tomorrow, and then tomorrow never came, and I just didn't go back. Okay. So that is, Ice Power Tank is his lobby, but he doesn't have a spectator slot, so... Ignored my message? No, I didn't. Let's figure this out. Let's go back. Vlad God Mode activities. Was that the one? Because I was talking about animes. Anime is more important than all this stuff, clearly. That's why this is an anime channel, not a Warhammer channel. Duh. Oh, wait. I fucked up the order on that one. Queden. For the finals, we'll do blind picks. Sounds good. Okay. Messaging Queden. Ice Power got me a spectator slot. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm gonna block her up. So we have Swarv and Ice Power. Yo. I don't know who their opponents are. They have a weird name on challenge, so it's not obvious who's on that team. It's Flame of Zest. I don't know who Flame of Zest is. No, the religion one. What religion one? His armies need more Forsaken. Pretty much. Grey's Anatomy is where it's at. Where did this happen? What religion one? I can't find a religion one battle tutorial. I'm sorry. I should be added into Total War Warhammer as a Skaven slave that just gets kicked around by all the legendary lords. Am I not already? I have not watched Berserk, Hank Cyrus. It has been recommended to me. It's on the list. Sounds like a season 2 thing that gets better. All right, Frizz Froz. All right, I'll believe you. I won't believe Cyrus because he's been around forever and he's always recommending stuff to me, and therefore I can't believe anything he says. But I'm not a furry, damn it. Thanks, Cyrus. I'm not a furry, Hank Cyrus, but I did think it would be funny that, for your sake, if we did the Skyrim stream, which now it looks like Warhammer 3 is coming out so close, we probably won't do it before Warhammer 3. But if we did do the Skyrim stream where if I ever die, that's it for that character. So we have to see... Sorry. Anyway, I was answering Queden's question. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, if you die, that's it, and you see if like the Dovahkiin can actually do it without dying or whatever. But I was gonna pick a Khajiit, so you pick a cat, and then I was just gonna name him like Big Sexy Cat or something, and then like for Cyrus's sake, and just be like, I'm not a furry, and then switch it to something else. But I don't know if we're ever gonna do the Skyrim stream. Thigh high religion? Nope. Rats have the power of the horned rat. God and anime on my side. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Whee! I'm not a furry. God damn it. There's a lot of new people to the channel, and they're just going to see my mods keep telling everybody I'm a furry. It's like... But I'm not, though. Grombrindle, Geese Howard, sharing koalas. Flame of Uden and DeWillow. Interesting. Okay. Battle tutorial. The comment. Ever notice how the whole Christian religion is a giant daddy kink? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned or I've been naughty, Daddy. That's pretty funny. It won't show in chat for some reason. Maybe it's random, like can't talk shit about Christianity or something. I don't know. I'm a Christian, but I appreciate jokes. Jokes are okay. Don't actually hate on somebody's religion, but jokes are fine. Come on, Willow and Flame. They're definitely underdogs here. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not even going to pretend to, like... That's one thing I hate. Alright, here's my rant while we wait for these people to build their armies. A lot of casters in Total War right now... It's not objectively wrong, it's just my opinion. I think a lot of them can try to make everyone equal. And that can get rid of some good stories. Where, like, you want me to say right now that Swarv and Ice Power, who's debatably the best player playing right now, because he's top 3 in the Anticity thing, and he lost to Evenstar, who's going on to the finals. Like, Ice Power's very, very good. He teamed up with Swarv, who's very good. And DeWillow and Flame of Uden, who I have never seen play, and I don't see at the top of tournaments all the time. And some casters would be like, it's an even fight. And it's like, no. It's not an even fight. But that's why it's cool if DeWillow and Flame of Uden win, because it's an upset. And it's like, that never happens anywhere else. Like, you never see sports where, well, the Golden State Warriors are 35-1. They've lost one game all season. And this is a high school basketball team. It's an even game. Anyone can take it. It's like, no, they can't. And I'm not saying DeWillow and Flame of Uden can't win. I was making an example, but it's just something in general that some casters don't like to, like, admit that there's someone favored in a game. And it's like, yeah, this person's generally probably favored. I would say Ice Power and Swarv are generally probably favored here. Greenskins Dwarves, though, that's an interesting combo we haven't seen yet today. Versus Dark Elves and Beastmen. Swarv and Ice came to play. Ice playing his best faction, and Dark Elves are decently strong right now, and Swarv's playing Beastmen, which are the best faction right now. So we'll see. Generally, Beastmen and Dark Elves counter both of these factions. For the love of Talos, let's get this over with. Hi, Lex Linsky. Adelmo's here, rooting for Swarv and Ice. Swarv is of RTK, and Adelmo's also. I can test if you can insult Christianity. You do whatever. I still remember when you had that weird deer picture on Discord, Grombrindel. Somebody won a tournament. They got to pick the Discord picture. That's how it works. It's just skibbity-doo-bop-bop. Hazel hasn't had to go outside in a while. Do we test if I can play the music that didn't get any of my videos demonetized on the stream? Because that would be nice to know for the future. But it may not be a good time to test it right now. Actual Warhammer question, what's the idea between vertical and horizontal lines in a formation? Been seeing a lot of those. Alright, so vertical lines on paper. Vertical lines on paper in an isolated scenario are equal to horizontal lines because horizontal line, you want to get as many models attacking at the same time because you want to win. And if you're going to lose, you want a vertical line because you only have, let's say zombies. Let's say you have 4 zombies in your front line fighting 4 Harganeth executioners. And they're going to kill you. And then your next 4 zombies move up and they get killed. Next 4 zombies move up, they get killed, etc., etc., etc. If you pile up your zombies horizontally, you're going to have like 50 zombies fighting 50 Harganeth executioners. 50 of your zombies die, next 50 move up, they also die, and then you're out of a unit, right? So it makes them last longer. Now, why don't you see vertical lines all the time? Because they cover a lot less space, and they leave a lot less area control, like you can just walk between them. So usually, even when you're losing, you're going to see horizontal lines because you can defend more stuff. Now, there are a few factions like Vampire Counts that still use the vertical lines because they don't have anything to defend. They don't have range units. They don't care if you flank them. They really don't. They just want to make their zombies last as long as possible. And in the 2v2, you saw it there because if you tried to walk between, I think it was Alfredino's zombies that were in the long formation, there were dread spears between each of the gaps. So he had an ally to back him up. So that's the big thing, is that the vertical lines are rarely used because you could defend a lot less space with them. Right. So there's your answer. All right. I think I hear the puppy wanting to go outside. So while they ready up, I'll be right back. How you doing? Never played a tournament before, so they're expecting to get served like a bride on her wedding night. Alright, that's something to come back to. What did I miss? Then I made sure, couldn't see it. YouTube hates Christians. They literally pay you to shit on Christianity and other religion too, but Christianity, hell yeah. Alright. Vertical lines, formation, or slimming. Grombrindle's hoping the dwarves win. That is not surprising. That tracks. That tracks. What's the shortcut for horizontal vertical lines? I accidentally hit the button yesterday. I didn't know there was a shortcut, Lex. I did not. Because I don't use the formation that much. Makes a lot of sense, but they suffer from flanking debuffs. No, not really. Frizz Froz, on the vertical versus horizontal thing. Because you're not flanking the whole unit, you're only flanking a part of it. And usually that's not going to be as bad as getting your ass kicked. Like, you only do the vertical lines with crap infantry, right? Because if you had good infantry, then you want the horizontal lines because you want as many of them fighting as possible. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted for a second. Anyway, so if you have crap infantry, you put them in vertical lines, so they die less slowly. So the flanking debuff they get, let's say, is like 8 leadership. They're still going to be better off leadership-wise having 3/4 of their health bar minus 8 leadership than they are going to be over half dead and not flanked, right? Being over half dead is going to do more of a leadership debuff than getting flanked, in my thing. It's being relatively sarcastic, but it's pretty true. YouTube will come down hard if you talk about anything about most religions, but Christianity gets super hateful and it's fine. Okay. And then Geese Howard has a point. You should probably just stop talking about religion. Like, a one-off joke is fine, but a lengthy conversation about it's just asking for trouble, I think. Back in the day, you could do it with minus or plus to change it. You're talking about the horizontal versus vertical formations, I see. A lot of Cyrus, you're going hard on the furry talk today. Got something on your mind? Another bad thing about vertical line is that artillery and single entities could just push through and hit more units. That is true on the artillery point. I don't know if single entities pushing through does more damage. I don't know. Depends. Because I think of like pathing a hell pit abomination through them, and that does not do more damage for sure. But I think maybe chariots would. Chariots probably do. Deus Vault Heresy. You've been playing some Crusader Kings, Grumbrindle? You've been leading the Crusades? Ice Power and Swarv still thinking about their build, apparently. Ice Powers hasn't changed in a while, so I think he's almost ready. Oh, just pick your armies faster, please. Please. Or is it arrows now? I don't know. I could test these things if I was playing, but I'm spectating, so I can't fudge with any of the units. Alright, Ice is ready. Swarv's ready, thank God. We can get into the game. The tournament's for a good amount of money. I mean, it's $100 if you win, $50 if you get second. So if they win this game, they get guaranteed $50, and they're fighting for $100. So you don't really want to rush them. You want to let them take the time they need, but also, like, the units haven't changed for God knows how long. You should probably just figure it out, Dad. Live games are always better than replays, but the one nice thing about replays is you can just get through them. J makes your units turn around? I didn't know that. That would actually be very helpful if someone has a flank against you, like a mass vanguard behind you army, and you just want to turn everything around. Thank Talos. Crusade against furries. Grumbrindle's going hard. For the Koala God? I mean, a Koala God would be pretty cute. Alright. Let's hope there's not too much lag. We will see. And so far it seems to be going okay. Everybody's moving their armies. It's hard to tell what's going on. So, for Ice Power and Swarv, we have Bleak Swords on the front line, backed up by Dread Spears, so it just looks like it has as many Dark Elf chaff as possible. We have triple Repeater Crossbow, triple Dark Riders, Ooh, quadruple repeater crossbow. Missed that one. So a lot of AP skirmish for the Dark Elves. It looks like we have 1, 2 Black Arc Corsairs on the far ends. First Swarve, we have Torox the Brass Bull. Brave Shaman of Wilds, I'm guessing, with Traderkin. Yup, that's him. Centigors, Centigors, Centigors. 3 Tuskor Chariots. 3 Dogs. 2 Harpies, and a Jabberscythe. Okie dokie. Ungor Spearman across the front line. Oh, God. We're doing, banner rolls. Hold on. Everybody calm down. Banner rules. I think Swarve has 120 chariots because I think banner rules still has the Beastman can only take 2. Yeah, Swarve has too many. Okay, I'll go deal with that. Okay. There we go. We'll see what they think about that. But yes, we're playing with banner rules, and banner rules say 2 chariots. 2 Tuskor chariots specifically. The other side, it looks like we have... Oh god, so many infantry. So many. Goblins, 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 goblins. Orc boys, don't go away. Night Goblin ROR. Other Night Goblins, it's also hard to tell if they have the Fanatics, but it doesn't look like it at this angle. Savage Orc Biggins. Savage Orcs, Black Orcs, Savage Orcs, Savage Orc Biggins. So just the Greenskin army is almost all infantry. We have a giant Ritual Hag, Skarsnik with fermented fungi. That'll be nice to rampage something, especially if it's Marathi down into the depths. I thought I saw some greenskin archers. There they are. Orc Arboys, the Rusty Errors. Keep the replans low. Limit is 4 in banner rules. Oh, shit. Well, I meant to message that just to Swarve. They can play with 3. Host says it's fine. So we good. Okay. It is different in a 2v2, isn't it? I don't know. Doesn't say. Because I know we're following banner rules. Fruit rules is the one where the Beastman can have 4 chariots like everybody else. And banner it still says 2 from back before the bug when they were broken. Because banner rules hasn't been updated since the bugged patch. For the dwarves, we have Thunderers, Quarrelers, Iron Drakes, Trollhammer Torpedoes, Quarrelers. Looks like Longbeards with great weapons on the far side. Longbeards are especially good if he has Thoric, but he has Ungrim, Iron Fist, Felix, and Gotrek. Slayers, more Quarrelers, and they're facing backwards, so they're ready for Mass Vanguard and Longbeards. Okay. So looks like the dwarves are facing their bows backwards in case of dog flanks or something, but there's only a few, so they'll be okay. As far as predicting favorites, I don't know. It's a lot of chaff, but chariots can clear infinite chaff. So can Torox and Marathi Double Manticore. It's going to be about whether these Thunderers and Cannons... Ooh, and these Trollhammer Torpedoes. These Trollhammer Torpedoes are going to have to try to carry this game on their back. Oh, okay, yeah. Queden's acknowledging that. Because I'm like... I thought I read the rules right. But we're fine. Okay. Most of the Polish community believes in the Koala God, created to fight the tyrant. Okay. Alright. Are there even specific rules with 2v2? Yeah, he listed a few in the challenge. It's like max 1 Mortis engine effect per team, so you can't have 2 Mortis engines. Even though each team, like, under the rules, if there was no specific 2v2 rules, each team could, like, each member of the team could have a mortis engine effect, but it's just max 1 between the two. Different SE limits, so it's not just an SE fest, etc. It's good stuff. No duplicate spells, so no double fireball casting, because that's just not interactive. Or double spirit leech. Though there is always spirit leech. Dwarves, I guess, are not bringing any magic to the table because they're dwarves, so don't have to worry about duplicate spells over there. And Marathi's probably just taking Shoalstealer. Yeah. So, Beastmen can't even replicate it if they wanted to. And we're off. I wonder what those cannons are going to shoot at. Most likely want to shoot the chariots. But Swarv's taking a good angle here. You can see there's kind of a depression where this hill comes down. So that cannonball probably can't reach them. If it can, it might have a lower chance of hitting. Just because it has to get the angle exactly right. Where's the third chariot? Okay, it's in the middle of nowhere running away. Doesn't want to get shot by the cannon. The cannon appears to be firing straight forward. It's hard to tell at what. Oh, it's shooting the Jabberscythe. Not a bad target. Jabberscythe, Torox, Caster. Okay, so there's 6 SEs over here. We're also fine there. SE is a single entity. It's like a hero or a lord or a caster on foot. It's just like something that doesn't have multiple models in it is an SE. And they're limited because the game kind of functions weird with single entities. Like, yeah. I could talk about it more, but there's something happening. Centaurs did manage to sneak in the back. They get onto the Rusty Arrows, but they're getting crumped down. They're not doing nearly as much damage with the Rusty Arrows as I would have thought. Looks like their 27 melee defense is holding off all these guys, and they got a little bit of a melee attack debuff from the Giant River Troll Hag's Slimy Shanks. As she runs in there, but a big Soul Stealer cast by the Dark Elves of Ice Power onto, like, 5 units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 6 units. So that's good Soul Stealer. Gets a lot of damage in. Dogs are currently getting attacked by Savage Orcs. They're going to try to run away, but those Savage Orcs should really come back to their formation. Chasing dogs around, you're not going to catch them. They're way faster than you. And those Savage Orcs should probably be here fighting these Harpies, as the Rusty Arrows are going to rout off. Night Goblin ROR is fighting them. They're unbreakable. They don't care. And a Doom Bolt is actually going to take out a unit of Quarrelers. Do they break? No, they barely hang on. Yes, they're going to hang on, so they won't run out of the formation to get killed. Some of the Skirmish Cav on the far side is taking a little bit of free damage from the Orc boys, but it will be okay. The front line is so far going pretty terribly for the Dwarf and Greenskin combos. Looks like the Tuskor Chariots and Centaurs are being routed off from the blue side, but Longbeards, Miners, Goblins, Quarrelers, more Longbeards are all being killed on the other side. So it's definitely a favorable trade for the blue team, who is now ahead. And blue team's the rush faction, so once they get into the backline, they'll start killing a lot of stuff. Trollhammer Torpedoes are trying to fire at something, but they've already taken a lot of damage from I don't know what. Big ol' aerial blob coming down. Beastmen, Harpies, Double Manticore, and Marathi all fighting. Slayers arriving, along with the 8-peak loons, will do a lot of damage here, and Marathi's going to peace out. Immediately start attacking the Trollhammer Torpedoes and shutting them down so they can't hurt her or her precious Manticores or Torox. Repeater crossbows ended up in melee combat with Orc Boys and Savage Orcs, and that's definitely a mistake. Ice Power is definitely focusing somewhere else, but as soon as you realize this is happening, he's going to have to run away as more Biggins pile in, and that is going to be 2 very dead Repeater crossbows. Dark Elf Infantry is all doing fine. Some of their cav is doing all right. Marathi Double Manticore. I see the Double Manticore. Where's Marathi? Oh, she's fine. She's over here. She's chilling. Skarsnik's down here fighting some Tuskor Chariots. I wonder if he's ever going to get a Fermented Fungi off, as the balance of power goes quite against the Goblins and Dwarves. More Slayers are dying. Torox is very healthy. Jabberscythe has half health, so he's taking some damage. But, ooh, the 8-peak loons throw their Fanatics into some Dread Spears. Doesn't do that much damage, a little unfortunate for them. And it gets a little bit of extra damage on these Ungors in the background. So that ended up being okay. Ended up being just fine. Torox is trying to meet up with his Jabberscythe over here next to this Hero Core. The Hero Core might be a little difficult to take out, but they can definitely kill everything besides the Hero Core easily enough, and then just army loss off Felix. Kill a Gotrek and Ungrim later. Skarsnik's fighting with some of his forces. This is going okay for the Greenskins. They're kind of salvaging this situation, but we can see Harpies diving back onto Orc Boys. Another Wa being cast, and the Dwarves are almost out of juice already. Don't see a lot of Dwarven units left in the fight. We have 1 Longbeard I can see, and then a Hero Core and some Slayers. Interesting. feels strange that Lord counts for that. There are no multi-entity lords, so... I mean, Sisters of Twilight and Skarsnik should be multi-entity, because Skarsnik has Gobbler. Gobbler, that big squig. Sisters of Twilight's also probably too. Single entity squad is killing stuff while I read the chat for a moment. Peter Crossbows, I think they're still pretty healthy. There's the 4th unit. Another Soul Stealer comes in from Rathion, Skarsnik, and her Savage Orc Biggin and Orc Boy crew. The Dwarves and the Greenskins have stopped the bleeding, which is good. Their balance power's held where that's been for quite a while. Looks like we have a Traderkin cast here. It'll do okay. It'll do decent damage to some of the Slayers, but it was more of just a might as well cast it. Why not? Doombolt hit Skarsnik while he was running a little bit. That's going to be some good damage on him. And Torok's Brass Bull is just motoring for him. And Skarsnik's going to take the fight! Yeah! Skarsnik ain't afraid of nobody. He maybe should be, but he isn't. And with Savage Orc Biggins here, if he can throw a Fermented Fungi onto Torox, that actually might be good. Lowering his melee defense to 7 if it gets cast on him. And rampaging him into these anti-large boys. Cast it! Cast it! Cast it! Oh, sad. Dark Riders cleaning up anything that's running away. Keeping them a little honest. Wild's Caster is getting taken down. And do the Beastmen and Dark Elves have enough to take out this single entity squad? Maybe. Savage Orc Biggins chasing after Torox without Skarsnik around is going to be a little tough for them, and after their Spite of the Bad Moon wore off. They still do okay at damage against them, though, and he's going to back out after charging in. Greenskins and Dwarves should definitely reconvene their forces. They need to group up, because these guys chasing out over here are just going to get shot by repeater crossbows, run down by Dark Riders, and Torox is going to cycle charge them. Savage Orc Biggins, they're pretty healthy. They're important units to keep alive. This Jabberscythe also needs to be dealt with, but they don't have a lot of range left for the Dwarves and Greenskins. It's almost all routed off. But those are the negatives. The positives. Jabberscythe is half health. Dark Elves have suffered a lot in their infantry department. Beastman infantry is almost all gone. I don't see a lot of chariots left around. Torox is here, but Gotrek and Ungrim can beat him together. It's going to be on these repeater crossbows if they can get really effective shots with their ammunition. Skarsnik's in there. He's trying. Who gave Jeremy more power than you? Nobody. Alright, Skarsnik's going to rampage the Jabberscythe in. And that might be okay, because its attack animations are really good at getting it out of trouble, but if it's stuck in here rampaging against one target, maybe it won't do that bullshit charge. Marathi casts a Soul Stealer on some of the units surrounding it, and Ungrim and Gotrek are going to chop the Jabberscythe down and immediately kill it. That is a pretty nice pick. A decent use of the Fermented Fungi. I like it. Not letting it cycle charge. It's good. It's good. Might even die over there. Savage Orcs fighting Torox. Those aren't the big ones. They aren't going to do that much damage. Where are the big ones? Savage Orc Biggins are up here running around with some Corsairs, just having a good old time. Jabberscythe is going to rout, but he will come back. Balance power is shifted a little bit more against the red team. Dark Riders and Peter Crossbows, though, they're running out of ammo. They're running out of ammo, and you're going to have to fight spooky Gotrek and Felix soon. And Skarsnik. And every moment the fight doesn't happen allows this Fermented Fungi to recharge, so he'll have it again for the next fight, maybe. Okay. Spite of Bad Moon plus Fungi should have been safe for Torox, in your opinion. Yeah, if he has more charges, it's fine. I haven't seen a lot of them this game, so I'm guessing he has more charges of Fermented Fungi. Black Arc Corsairs are chopping down these Savage Orc Biggins as some Dark Riders with repeater crossbows charge in from the back to really rout them off. And now Skarsnik's a little isolated. He is going to get hit by a Manticore, and Torox is going to get a side charge on him, and I think that's going to hit, and it's probably going to kill him. It hit, and it pretty much killed him. He's now routing. Bounce power moves a little further against the Dwarves. And Skarsnik's dead. Without Skarsnik, the Greenskins are definitely going to rout. As we can see them start to rout over here, these Savage Orcs are just a second away from Terror routing. There they go. And the natural rout. Okay. So we have the Dwarves. Felix is barely hanging on to his life. Everything else is unbreakable. And I don't think they can kill this much stuff. Torox is going to dive in. Maybe if they get some good attacks in on him right now, the game pauses as it realizes Torox just dove into a bunch of Slayers, and it was like, that's the moment he knew he fucked up. But now we learn if he did fuck up, so he just walks out of there. He's got too much mass. Jabberscythe even decides to charge in, just doing Jabberscythe things. Jabberscythe. Gotta root for the underdogs here. Yeah. It's a lost hope, but it's a hope. Ungrim and Felix trying to stick together, fighting Marathi. Gotrek's over here fighting the Jabberscythe and Torox. And it's looking pretty bad. It's looking pretty bad. Ungrim doesn't have any abilities or anything, so it's just a naked dwarf alone against a naked lady and a giant bull thing. Single entity Xbox riders? What? F for the Chad Gobbo. He tried. Ungrim is gonna die. Army losses kicks in, and it's down to Gotrek. That is that. The end of Gotrek. It was a good show from Flame of Udin and DeWillow. It was a good show. Spider Bad Moon. Yeah, okay, I already read that. We're fine. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Just waiting on Willow to forfeit or Gotrek to die. And of course he gets his heal proc. When there is no hope, he gets his heal proc. How much did it hurt you to say that, Grumbundle? Okay. So I will try hosting the finals. We'll see how that goes. 3,200 value on Ice Powers Marathi. These repeater crossbows got a lot of value. Good stuff for Swarv. Torox did okay. Brave Shaman Wilds did just as well with like 2 casts. Centaurs didn't have a lot they could run after, unfortunately. Chariots did well. Chaos Warhounds did well. I mean, well, they actually did very poorly. I was on autopilot there, sorry about that. Jabberscythe did okay. Ungrim did fine. Felix was a heal bot, so he didn't really need value. Gotrex did okay. A lot of their infantry just got rolled, unfortunately. Thunderers didn't get much value. Iron Tricks, Troll Torpedoes got 1. And Cannon almost paid for itself. For Dwillow, Scarsnick did okay. Goblins tried. Orc Boys did fine. 8 Peak Loons did great. Savage Orc Biggins did okay. Black Orcs did great. Archers did fine. Le GG. Okay, so I'm going to host because I'm friends with most of these people. 2v2 finals. Host a spectator. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. Alright, so we need... Swarv was just Swarv, right? He changes his name a lot, so it's hard to tell sometimes. Ice Power. I think I passed Void already. He's usually very early on in my friends list. Even Star. And we missed Swarv, but we'll invite the 2 that I saw. Void, Void, Void. Void, Void, Void. Where are you, Void? Well, hopefully if I get their partners in here, their partners can just invite whoever. Invite your friends. Plus. I can't find them and I gotta pick the map. Can the finals be called Love Connection? Yes. It's the perfect name. Ice Power and Void back at it again. So the map we need is Iron Sand Desert. Boom. Okay. I was opening up an extra slot so Void could switch, but he already switched, so he's fine. This is the finals. This is best of 3 this time. We have Iron Sand Desert, Tower of Hoeth, and Troll Country coming up. And Queden has messaged me saying that it is the factions you signed up with for Game 1, and then blind pick for Game 2 and 3. Evenstar and Void have submitted all 3 of their picks, so I have them on the other screen. And Ice Power and Swarv just won, so obviously they haven't had time to pick anything. But their first game will be Dark Elves Beastmen again, because that's what they signed up with. We'll get the show on the road. I suppose I should change to the scorecard one, which means I have to add a device. Video, UVC cam. Woo, woo, it's me. I'm on the TV. I'm famous. Hey, Ice Powered Even Star, let's go! It's even on the right side. History repeats itself. Maps set. Same factions you signed up with for game 1. 2 and 3 are blind pick. And nothing's appearing, which means it's lagging, which is great. So we'll give that a second to figure itself out. So I gotta go Ice Powered plus Swarf. That's not gonna work, so we're gonna have to get creative. We're gonna go with Swarv Power versus... I like Voiden Star. Let's go Voiden Star. Voiden Star versus Swarv Power. I don't need a blocker because I haven't clicked on anybody's army. So we're fine. Capybaro Capiego is a good player. Alright, I'll believe you. Altar of Ultimate Darkness. No real human being, the maps are preset by the tournament host. Yes, Queden's waiting for their picks. That's fine, because they just won a game, so don't expect them to have them ready. Lag test. Alright, there's some lag, but we'll get through it. We will persevere. Oh shit, I have meat out on the counter. How long has it been out on the counter? Chat, how long has that meat been on the counter? 3 hours? 4? Well, how long have we been streaming? That's a good question. 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's been on the counter for 4 hours. Probably still frozen. I should go check on it. Jonathan Eastman, you're here just for the comedy? Uh-oh. Now there's pressure. Lex saying your bets? My bets are on Even Star and Void. I think that they are just too strong. But it's definitely close. It's very close. It's very close. Largely depends on the blind picks. The blind picks are going to be a huge factor in whether or not these are favored matchups. Because if you have, like, Skaven Dwarves versus Wood Elves Beastmen, it's like, alright, well, you're double countered on both sides, so Wood Elves Beastmen are probably going to win that. Seven-hour stream now, right? Yeah, it's probably going to be a 7-hour stream. Or we're going to be here. Let's go, Ice Power. Let's go. Clap, clap. Let's go, Ice Power. Let's go. Clap, clap. Ugh, stretch. Good stretch. All right, I'm going to go check on that meat, make sure it's not rotting. Well, no one besides me types in this chat. I'm concerned. Is everyone alive? Just going to make sure everybody has a pulse. All right, PRP. Alright. It was good, I checked it. It was very much to thoughts. We're good. Ice Power with the quips coming in. Whew. 552 subscribers. You're getting there, Human Boy. Yes, yes. We are getting there. We just made it above halfway. And for anybody who doesn't know the saga of this channel, we hit what the YouTube needed for view 4,000 hours of content. We hit that shit like right away. And we were at maybe like 220 subs. So it's all about the subs. We have the viewership numbers. We got that down. We have a lot of content. This channel is a content machine. None of it's good. All of it's shit. But we produce a lot of it. Betting that Evenstar beats Swerve, but Ice and Void team up and use the power of friendship to take him down and then kiss. That's a nice fan fiction, real human being. It's fiction, though. It's not going to happen. You don't know Evenstar and Void is even allowed? Well, when two Russian players love each other very much, they get into a voice chat and ask if they want to play a 2v2 tournament. And that's how that goes. They don't have the possibility to reroll random factions against a certain amount of time. Yes. Correct. So, I don't think Void can play vampire counts in this best of 3 again. Alright, I have Ice Power and Swarv's picks as well. Game 3 is going to be a banger if it happens. Game 2, I have a heavy favorite. So the blind picks worked out okay. Game 3 is going to be a banger if we get there. But Game 2, I'm concerned. Got the factions, start when ready. I'm here. I'm ready. It's just they're building stuff. Hold on. We gotta get a thing up before I poke around. Cat. Okay, now I'm gonna poke around. Yeah, they're building builds. Okay. I was worried when Queden said start when ready. I'm like, wait, have they not started? Shit takes long enough as it is. People make fun of me for having like 500 saved builds that I scroll through, but at least I got it. So when I enter a matchup, it's like, boom, we're in it. Though if you play a lot of quick battles, you need that stuff because sometimes people just auto-ready up on you. You told them not to start until I got the factions. I thought you meant... Well, it looks like they were building their builds. They just didn't start the game. Grats on the 500, by the way, my dude. You got to 450. You did? Yeah. Your subs are going up there too, Battle Tutorial. Your interviews are getting less views than they should. But... I believe. Not everybody watches a lot of interviews. Like, we have interviews on this channel that, like, they got high viewership at first, but then tapered off pretty hard. Everyone join my Discord. Uh-oh. I used to watch Mojo until their content went to crap, and it was just, like, top 10 every day, and they usually didn't know what they were talking about. Like, they'd say, top 10 anime. Number 1, best anime in the world. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You're like, that's not even an anime. What the fuck, Watch Mojo Lady? And it's always Watch Mojo Lady. Yes, not to start till factions. Watch Mojo's top 10 of extreme violence. Viking hurting my feelings about my subs. I try so hard. See ya, Battle Tutorial. Good luck with your interview, dude. Top 10 streamers in Warhammer 2, -1 Rat Boy. Aw, thanks, kid. The interviews were pretty fun with all the pros and stuff. Who's messaging me? What's going on? Hammond. Hello, I'm back. Did you 1v1 Battle Tutorial yet? Yes. It was neato. Post a Discord link? Don't tell me what to do. What if I don't want anyone watching this to see my Discord? Our Discord's private. It's a safe place. Here's your Discord link. We have memes. We have votes on what we're going to cast next. So if you don't like some of the content, join the Discord and tell me that you don't like it. Because if you don't tell me what you don't like, I'm gonna keep doing it. God, I hate when that fucker says words. I'll just let him figure it out. He'll know. Who's anime? Oh, Loopy, I see what you did there. Top 10 Game of Thrones season. Number 8 may surprise you. And season 8 coming out soon. The retcon season. Oh, God. Another mod going on about the furries. It's not about furries. Nothing about this channel is about furries. We play Skaven in one video game once, and everything's now furry. KV, that's a Futurama reference. Death by Snooze Snooze. Though it's Snooze Snooze, so. Oh, Ice Power deleted his whole build. Oh, God. Okay. Hang in there. Come on. You got this. You got this. Is there a way to make donations here like on Twitch? Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, yes. Before that, YouTube doesn't want to know I exist. Hey, Willow, you were playing in the last game. That was a nice job, dude. You took Ice Power and Swarv to a decently close game. Like, it was closer than the balanced power would give it credit, because towards the end there, they were kind of running out of tools to kill stuff, and then Torox got a nice charge on Skarsnik, so it happens, but it was nice stuff. Good game. Hope to see more of you around. I think it was you... I think it was you who mentioned that this was your first tourney, so getting to semifinals is pretty good. It's way better than I did my first tourney. My first 50 tournaments were all me losing in round 1. And yeah, I mean 50, because as Butcherbird likes to point out, I apparently play in too many. Still have people talking about it less than even a Beastman mains. Alright, Even Star's ready. Willow does have a good point. There are ways to support me. You can buy my book that's out on the Discord, or I can post a link about it. But we're about to get into game, so I'll try to remember it for game 2. Anyway, you can buy a book. I have a buy me a coffee page, which just, it's like a GoFundMe type thing. People would just throw money at me without using PayPal. Other than that, we got to get this shit up to 1,000 subscribers. That's what we got. But before we get to 1,000, YouTube just prefers to think I'm dead. The difference in micro is really obvious with good players. Yeah, Swarv is here. You're right. Grombrindle, when more talks... I'm sorry, Gromby. I'm sorry. There's allegations. There's allegations around here. I've been in over 300 tourneys by now. I think you're right. Hold on. I'm in my challenge, so I can actually just go look. Challenge. My profile. I have participated in 137 tournaments. I've organized 39, so add those numbers together. And I have won 4. That's a great ratio. Let's see. Makes that 40. 176 tournaments, and I have won 4 of them. Perfect. Just perfect. Even Lulz, Void Star. I like Void and Star. I'll throw money at you, but it's in rubles. Viking, I keep forgetting that you're Russian. Well, wait, aren't you Belgian? Hold on. Hold on, you. I was pretty sure you were Belgian. Jedi learns it's Snoo Snoo. I'll be leaving now on my Thunder Cougar Falcon Bird. Thunder Cougar, Falcon Bird. Oh god, Ice Power, pick your things. You've played Dark Elves for 65 years. You know their entire roster by now. Just slap the units together. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. If someone fixed their shit on Turn's Discord, it certainly wouldn't hurt. Hey! Hey, I asked his mods, alright? I asked his mods. They're all on vacation. Guys are never gonna let me live that down. Yes, our Discord picture does change frequently because we usually have a weekly tournament to decide who gets to change it. But with the holidays, we didn't host any tournaments for the last 2 weeks. So the next tournament that we're gonna host is next week, and Jeremy is putting up the prize money because he is a kind soul. But I was waiting for the holidays to get over with so more people would sign up. Because going through all the effort of hosting an event to have like 3 people sign up is some of the most depressing stuff in your life, so I'd rather not set myself up for failure. Can't a bot just spam a donations link the whole day? Fine. There. Yeah, Queden, I literally just copy-pasted what you're talking about there. If people want to do that, they can do that. Don't feel like you have to. I'm fine. What I do need is subs. So if you're not subbed, come on. Come on, buddy. Look at me. Look at me right now. Come on, buddy. Is it that much of a pain in the ass to make 25 bot accounts and just sub with them? Is it? Is it really? Seems pretty easy. No, I'm sorry. Should be able to just make a Streamlabs link. Everything's easier on Twitch. Except for viewership. Whenever I stream on Twitch, I get like 2 people. Grombrindle has a bone to pick. Okay, what's happening? I'm here for the comedy, but I hear there's a book. Is it a joke book? There's a joke book soon. There's a real book now. I'll have to go find that sometime. Okay. Armies are setting up. How's the lag? Please tell me it's not that bad. Please tell me it's not that bad. Hopefully it's not that bad. There. Old posting. Okay. What's happening? Lulu? No. Stop it! Internet, stop being stupid! I'm being asked too many questions at too many times. Who's typing? What's going on? Laggy AF. Test. It seems okay. Seems fine. Search this. Okay. Done. I am done being distracted by things and stuff and people ask me questions. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. We're here. We're focused. Iron Sand Desert. Tiny map. Oh god, those are large armies. Skaven vampire counts in the same game makes 2,300 an attainable number. So we have very, very similar armies from Void and Even Star as before. We have Void's Double Vargeist, Double Vargulf. We have Ikit Claw on the ground, Isabella in the skies, zombies across the front line mixed in with some clan rats and Skaven slaves. We have Double Assassin, I think I saw as well. Where's the second one? There's one assassin. Where's his buddy? Chillgeists, Wolf Rats. Ooh, there's Wolf Rats. Alright, so there might just be one assassin this time. It looks like there is. Triple Warlock Jixxy, or is there a fourth that was already placed? It's hard to see. 2 globes, 3 Jixxys, and some Wolf Rats. It looks like they want to have a little bit more backline defense. So they cut a Jixxy, cut an assassin, they get them a little wider. For the forces of Swar, the nice power. Chaos Warhounds with poison on one flank, not the other. More Chaos Warhounds with poison, Centaurs, Tuskor Chariots, Harpies, Ungor Spearman herds across the front line, more Centaurs and more Harpies on the far side. We have the Koroks Man Rippers, Arwar Bestigor herd. That's interesting to take into Skaven. They will get poison winded, but maybe if they can get a Vargulf, they can get some damage value. Torok Suppressible and a Traitorkin caster, along with another Gorbel. For Ice Power, we have a Death Caster with just Spirit Leech. We have Supreme Sorcerers with Fire in the Sky with just Fireball. Canid Assassin with Web of Shadows. No Assassin's Trophy. We have 2 Bolt Throwers. Make it 3. 3 Bolt Throwers. Blackguard of Nagarond? 2 of them. 3 Witch Elves, one of which is the Sisters of Singing Doom. And then Dread Spears. So it looks like the Beastmen and Dark Elves are going to try to force the Skaven to come to them. It's a bold tactic, but with Overcasting Spirit Leeches and Fireballs, you can 100%... Actually, never mind. Fireballs are going to be useless against the Jixxys, but Spirit Leeches will be very good. And the Bolt Throwers can do okay, especially on this map. You can see here how Ice Power has deployed his Bolt Throwers. Jixxys can't shoot this one. They can shoot this one, and they'll have a hard time hitting this one. I don't know if they can or can't. But he's hoping to win the range fight by using his Arc of Fire up and over the terrain, rather than just raw damage. Because raw damage, the Jixxys will win. But if they can't see it, can't shoot it. White lions are the real furries. What questions? Oh, on my Discord, people are asking about stuff and things and silliness. Thanks, Willow. This is very nice of you. You're a gem. So the Dark Elves, looks like they have to move up a little bit to get into range. So these guys come out of their advantageous position, but there's still one of the Bolt Throwers that's completely safe. Oh, do they have 4? There's a 4th Bolt Thrower up here. Okay. So Skaven will probably be forced to move up since they don't have a Gracier. They can cast a Dreaded 13th. That will insta-kill one of these things. Fireball caster. Oh wait, no, that's the Gaze and the Gash caster. Where's it going? Hits the Brace Shame in the Wild, does about a third of his health. Since he's a foot character, he doesn't take nearly as much damage as he would on his Chariot, and Isabel's going to start juking from there. So Skaven and the Counts will be forced to advance. I like this Beastmen Dark Elf build, and I like its formation now that I know that the Jixxys are probably going to have to come to them. It is looking pretty good. A lot of nice defensive units with some strong, heavy hitters that can charge in and out as they need to. Toroks, Koroks, Man Rippers, Blackguard, all those things. Biggest problem is actually winning that fight in the end. And we have a bit of a slideshow as Marathi runs around in circles. And Void and Evenstar hope to win this tournament to buy... Well, I guess their computers are fine. It's their internet's problem. Because Void got a new computer recently, I heard through the grapevine. Red doesn't want to stay on that low ground. You're very right. And they are going to start moving up. Jixxys are teeing off onto Marathi. You notice they're not shooting at the Bolt Throwers. Can't see most of them. I'm kind of surprised they're not trying to shoot that Bolt Thrower. Or this one. It looks like they got some damage onto this one by accident. Or was it Fireball? I don't know. Maybe it was the Gaze and Gash. I heard some silliness over here. It looks like a Warp Lightning was cast, or a Scorch. Must have been a Scorch. I don't think Icket took Warp Lightning. If he did, he's a madman. Nope. Brass Orb and Scorch. Must have been what that was. Takes out about half a Dread Spear unit. Not bad. Icket is going to charge into some Ungor Spearmen. Try to get some poke damage, it looks like. He has to be a little careful of those Centaurs with Vargheist support and dogs nearby. I think he's feeling pretty okay about his chances. Marathi's taking a lot of damage. She has to be dodging a lot more than she is right now. The Jixxys are getting too much damage onto her. Though she can get a Soul Stealer whenever she wants for a little bit of healing. I guess she's not that worried about it. Vargheist's up in the sky. Coming over a little bit, there's not a lot of range besides the Bolt Throwers, so the Vargheists actually don't have to worry too much about going over the Beastmen formation. You can see that's what they're doing right now. They're just harassing these Harpies without a care in the world because they know the Bolt Throwers don't really have the Arc of Fire. They can't fire straight up. It's not how artillery works. They're not like basic archers. Harpies trying to take a little bit of a fight with Isabella von Karstein. It is going well for them until the Vargheists show up, and now they're about to get wrecked. But I think Swarv knows that with the Vargheists running around and no range support of his own, he needs to just get what damage he can out of the Harpies before they die anyway. Assassin's fighting a Canadian assassin, doing very well in that fight, and Gorbel charges over to slam into a Vargulf and keep it at bay. Ikka getting chased by some Dread Spears who are summon. Are those summon zombies? No, just fight some zombies for a second and then they're going to run away. Canadian assassin's about to die. Isabel and her Vargas are pulling back for some reason. It looks like they're going to try to support some Black Knights in this far fight. I was curious what they're running from, but they're running to something. Marathi's at about half health, and she needs to get a Soul Stealer out if she hasn't already. So the Dark Elves have succeeded with their quadruple bolt throwers of forcing the enemy to walk into them. Now the problem is winning that fight afterwards. One Jixxy is very much dead and routed. Even if it comes back, it won't get very much done with only 4 models. One is about half health, and the other is full health. On the backside, the red team has kept their backline quite happy and healthy. How's the front line going? Mixed. One Witch Elf unit's already been crumped by something that looks like either Ikka Claw or Poison Wind or something of the like. More Poison Wind is thrown in on the Koroks Man Rippers, and that is one big problem with bringing any elite units of any kind versus Skaven. Gorbel's getting shot, Torok's is getting shot by the Jixxys. Looks like they've given up on the bolt throwers and they're just accepting their death. Gonna try to get their value elsewhere while they can. Deathcaster's taking some damage, probably from overcasts of some variety. That's most likely what killed a lot of the Jixxys. The Assassin's doing okay in this fight against Torox the Brass Bull. Ikka, Claw, and Isabella are not coming to help him because they don't want to be anywhere near this fight. They're perfectly fine being elsewhere. They do not win versus Torox at all. Ikka, Claw especially. He will die horribly. And the Assassin's a tanky little goober. Vargai's chasing off the Tuskor Chariots. Things are looking bad for the blue team on the balance of power and on the field. Their front line isn't holding as well as they would hope. Their elite infantry is getting poison winded down. And Torox is doing his best to go burr, but that assassin is proving to be a bigger problem than maybe they had expected. Isabella von Karstein's still flying around in the sky. Where is Marathi? Oh, I hope that's not her. Okay, it's Harpies. Ugh. I had a shiver, but I was also worried that was Marathi up there. So we'll pretend that's what the shiver was about. Overcast Gaze in the Gash punks that Canadian assassin. He's the big dead. He's the biggest of dead. Never mind, he's going to rally. He's small dead. The smallest of deads. He's fine. Assassin somehow surviving against Torox the Brass Bull longer than any of my assassins have ever survived ever. Trader Kim comes in. It's not going to do very much damage against Skaven Slaves or these single entities. It's really good against small model count units like cavalry. Not as good against single entities because that's too small. It only has one thing to affect. Fireball's coming in. It looks like Ice Power backed out. Swarv will probably follow close behind. That'll be it for game 1. It's not Marathi, it's a Fire Sorceress. Oh, yeah, you're right. I wish it was Marathi. Single Fire for Bolt Throwers. Single Fire is very good against Jixxys, because Jixxys are spread out. The multi-fire just goes too far. And they're shielded, so you really want the single shots that do a lot of damage. Alright. Hero Squad for the Beastmen didn't get a whole lot done. Koroks Man Rippers, just all of the Beastmen units got murdered. Nothing here got any value, unfortunately, for them. For Void, Isabella did fine. She was running around, laughing, having a grand old day. Vargas did okay, but they were still pretty healthy. Not a whole lot here to speak of. Sorceress of Fire got 44 value. Canadian Assassin got 800. And again, not a lot getting anything done except for those bolt throwers. Bolt throwers did fine. For Evenstar, Ikka got 2,100 value. That was pretty nice. Globes did okay. Jixxys did fine. Mixed. And Wolfrats did surprisingly well. Torox RNG was abysmal. He couldn't hit anything. 2 laggy, it seems, just going to get dodged to infinity. Alright. Tower of Hoeth. Tower of Hoeth is set, and the things that were DM'd to me is Beastmen and Bretonia versus Vampire Coast and Counts. VC, VP. So on paper, when I was looking at this looks extremely Coast and Count favored. Because Counts and Coast are both considered counters to Beastmen. Now, Beastmen can fight back against both those counters. They're a very strong faction. But it's still not favored for them. And Bretonia is not countered, I guess. It's even with Counts And some people say it's disfavored with Coast, so it's like tricky. So I do think Ice Power and Swarf have a pretty sizable advantage in game 2. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting some messages from one of the players. Okay. Participate in the next one. Assassins seem almost unhittable. They can. They're a small foot character. Small foot characters can be kind of tanky. Because of various reasons. But yeah, assassins, if they slip inside their own units, especially when they have slippery up, they can be hard to hit. SC Blob might be bad for Coast unless they bring a lot of guns. Blood Brute, Fae, Jabber, Paladins, Taurox. You'd be surprised how well Gunnery Crabs can do. You'd be surprised. Gunnery Crabs can do pretty good work. All right. Oh boy, it's been a long-ish stream today. Well, it feels like. There are streams that are 7 hours and feel like nothing, and there are streams that are 3 hours, like this one, that feel like 5. Undead should take this. Yeah, I agree. So I was a little worried when I saw the blind picks that if Swarv and Ice Powered won game 1, game 2 was going to be a slam, because this is definitely favored for the left side. Healing plus summons are going to be so good. Yeah, guns in general are going to be good. Gun bats with some fell bat support should also be quite good, because then your flying limit's increased. Because normally Coast can't have gun bats and then any other aerial support of any kind. Okay. Some players are just messaging me about stuff, so dealing with that. On one hand, I want to see a third game. On the other hand, I want to see the undead go to their graves again. Update score. You're right. I should update the score. I've been used to this being best of 1, so I didn't do that. My bad. 1. Void and Star with their point. Okay. Chat. Miss Rat's sister and her sister's boyfriend are coming over tonight to play board games. What are we playing? What are we playing? So what do I have? Ooh, Forbidden Desert. Hold on. I'm making a poll. I'm making a YouTube poll. Alright. So we need Forbidden Desert. Good game. Good game. Stardew Valley, the board game. Good game. Good game. Okay. What else? There's Catan, but Liv hates Catan. Ooh, photosynthesis. Good game. Good game. I don't have Zombicide as a good. I've seen it in the stores. I just haven't checked it out myself. Above and below. Or Splendor. Oh, I can't add it anymore. Okay, we'll do those four. Strip poker. Strip poker with family. Everybody loves strip poker with family. That's great. Russian roulette. It's the last family gathering. That's pretty good. Splendor. Splendor's pretty good. I love Splendor. We have expansions for it, but honestly, the more we've played it, the more we like the base game over any of the expansions. It's just simpler and nice. Splendor's good. Forbidden Desert's good. The Forbidden series is awesome. We've played Forbidden Island and Forbidden Desert, and we've seen Forbidden Sky in stores, but we haven't gone and got it. If you don't know what that series is, it's usually you and your team trying to like put together an artifact of some kind before whatever you're in gets dangerous. So in the desert case, it's sand piling up as a storm rages outside. And if too much sand piles up, you get trapped and then you suffocate and die. Forbidden Island, the island's falling apart, so certain tiles fall away as you're trying to like put together the ancient relics and stuff. It's pretty good. Dixit is an excellent game, Jeremy. It's also got a funny name because it has Dick in it. But Dixit's great. Dixit's super awesome. I don't have it, unfortunately. My friends do. Above and Below is kind of a cute game. I had never heard of it before, but it's like you're building a town, and then you can opt to explore the mines beneath your town that's full of like fish people and monsters and stuff. Then you get mini little quests when you're down there, like you run into an old man and he asks you to help him move his couch. He looks a little suspicious. One of his eyes won't open. Do you go in there? And it's like, if you go in there, it's like you help him move his couch and he gives you a hard candy and you're like, yay, I did a good thing. Or you go in there and he's a Cthulhu cultist monster and he tries to kill you. Fight him. Like, so it's interesting. It's fun. Gloomhaven's great. Gloomhaven's great. Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I have not played tabletop Warhammer Fantasy or 40k. I played Rune Wars with my friend, and that made me irate, because I'm sure some of you have seen in the videos that like when dice rolls don't go your way, I get a little salty. And that game is all dice rolls. There have been so many times where I flanked someone with cavalry, and I'm like, all right, roll the dice. Blanks. And you're like, okay, guess my heavy cavalry did nothing to your archers. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to lose my shit. I'm not going to throw this table. We're going to be calm. And I was not calm. I was not calm at all. Dark Souls. Women playing Dark Souls on YouTube clickbait equals sub. It's true. I didn't even think of streaming this at all. I could set up a camera or something. Forbidden Island's good. I prefer Forbidden Island over Forbidden Desert. Both are really good. I like the OCD in me likes to watch the island slowly fall away, and as the map gets smaller and smaller, you're just like, yes, feels good. Play Toffle? What's Toffle? All right, we're gonna end the poll. Where are we at? Forbidden Desert's ahead, with Above and Below behind it, Photosynthesis, and Stardew Valley board game. Everything got some votes, though. Why are they still making armies? They're testing my ability to fill time, Loopy. They're testing my ability to fill time. I don't know. You would assume that all these guys have played this game enough to just like preload an army and be done, but that's not what's happening today. We're doing a PhD thesis on how to create every army perfectly, and then the game itself is a 5-minute PowerPoint. The army building phase takes 35 minutes, but playing it, Short and clips. You're just like, here I am setting up my army. Here I am walking forward. Here I am dying. And it's over. Checking my work emails. Let's see if anybody's emailed me during this whole thing. Let's see if Human Boy has work to go do after this. Nope. None of my supplies have arrived. Ice Power's ready. Okay. The Warhammer Fantasy Project is a good update for Warhammer Fantasy. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's like the non-Age of Sigmar update. Age of Sigmar is weird. I've heard its gameplay is really good, but I've heard its lore is kind of all over the place. And when someone who read Warhammer Fantasy says the Age of Sigmar lore is all over the place, that's how you know it's all over the place. A series of games somewhat similar to chess. The one I'm familiar with is Henthefafel. Goal is to kill the king or get him to the edge of the board, and you are on the king's team. Oh, play Pandemic? I have Pandemic. Grace and I are playing Pandemic Legacy. So while they're farting around, I'm just gonna make this bigger. What up, dude? It's just me. It's your boy. So, taking the mic with me too. This is the board game wall. We have fucking Pokemon Yahtzee down there. Pandemic, Lord of the Rings, Ticket to Ride, Splendor, Catan. The Liv hates Catan. We have Dominoes. Stratego in there. That's that wooden box. I have the Smash Up. I have every expansion for it except for one that looks stupid. I forget which one it was because it looks stupid. Uno, Guess Who, shit like that. For fucking Christmas. Got Aeon's End Legacy to play with Miss Rat. And then I got this other weird legacy game called Cornerstone. It's that kind of cloudy one. We have a Pandemic thing we haven't played. This is my corner of I haven't played this yet and we need to. Just got Machikoro for Christmas. Hanabi, Onitama, and Sushi Go. So a lot of Japanese games, I guess. Those are my experimental games. So there's nothing back there. Except for betas. Just like me. Haha, beta. See, because an alpha is what you would call. And then beta, because I'm not a football player, pretty much. In America, if you're not a football player, you're not alpha, apparently. It's just the life you live. While we were distracted, 2 players have readied up. That's exciting. Uh-oh. Chat's being dumb. I can't scroll down to see what the last thing was. Ticket to Ride is great. You're right. Smash Up's good. Okay. Even Stern Void. Figuring it out. Why do you hate Ticket to Ride? Butcherbird. No, we're stopping the stream. We're going to figure out why Butcherbird hates Ticket to Ride. It's just building trains. You're just building trains. You get to embrace your inner 5-year-old again. You get to go, hey, buddy, you want to build some trains? And inner 5-year-old you is like, yeah. Yeah. Can a Skaven player ever really be an alpha? Well, Queden is... In that introduction, I said, I'm not, so... I guess. Geese, Howard of the AFK. Fine, I'll get the stupid blocker up and I'll check to make sure they're building an army. Yes, they both have armies. Yes, they're fully formed. Void's just deciding between the last couple units. So boring. Then you're not building the right trains, Butcherbird. You're not building the right trains. I like the trains with the wheels. Some people like the trains with the wheels, but I personally am more of a wheels man. I also like the trains that are long as opposed to the trains that are long. All right, so maybe you're just building trains, all right? But maybe we like trains. Maybe we like trains in this house. Hansa Twikcha. I like to call Hansa Twikcha a Euro with hate. Wooden train set stream? I don't have a wooden train set. I wish I did. I wish I was that cool. They don't have enough hate. Has anybody here played Machikoro? I only played Machikoro Legacy with Grace, and then that was fun. But after you beat a Legacy game, you can't really play it again because everything's destroyed. So we just got the base game for Christmas. and we're curious how that goes without the legacy thing. Why do you hate playing against Skaven, Rusty? What you got against it? Your favorite faction, Chaos, is great against Skaven. Just kick their ass. Run at them with Chaos Spawn and Forsaken. You'll be fine. Ice Power's ready again. Swarv's ready again. Even Star's ready. Void. Can he do it? Come on, Void. Yes. Hit the button. Come on. Do it. Do it. I'm all out of things to stall for. Oh, wait. I never mentioned what the book was. Whatever. You'll figure out what the book is eventually. Come on. Do it. Hit the button. You can do it, Void. I believe in you. You've been training for this your whole life. Oh, God. Someone's typing to me. Do it, Void. Do it for your family. Never mind. This game's never going to start. Geese Howard, you played Void round 1? Yeah, it's not a winning strategy. You gotta dodge him. Gotta dodge him till the finals. He hit the button 10 minutes ago. His PC's still registering it. Oh, as I go to type, he readies. Okay, Void. Alright, he was waiting for me to unready. That was it. Okay, we're in it. In either the last or second to last game of the day, if Void and Evenstar on the Beastmen of Bretonnia beat the double undead of Swarv Power, that'll be it, and they will be our winners today. If not, we're going to game 3. And I did see something spicy on Void's build. I don't know if he changed the last second, but we'll see. But there was a Cygor. There was a Cygor. Geese Howard, every tournament you play in is the same? No, it's not. One time you faced me. That was a free win for you. And before everybody crashes. Nobody's gonna crash. We're all gonna be fine. Gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Yeah, Jeremy, that's a good point. In a lot of board games, there are people who sit there and like watch the game happening, and then it gets to them, and they're like, "Oh, my turn," and then they take a long time. So it's true. You gotta be a forehead gamer. You gotta think only about yourself. You gotta be as selfish as possible. And when anybody else has a turn and they try to talk, you say, "Shut up! I'm thinking." And the game is played in silence, with a lot of drinking, and everybody quietly wishing they could go home. That's the magic of board games. Valhalla, Human Boy has a secret crush on Norska. Yeah, I like Vikings. I like Viking stuff. $150 for watching this tournament? Deal. Hey, Knighthood. Knighthood, I played High Elves against Battle Tutorial in between some of the games while we were waiting, and the High Elves wondered, just for you, buddy. Just for you. Also, I love, you didn't mean to, you were being very friendly, but I love how you did me dirty like that. In the video I made where I was like, I'm gonna play a High Elf game for Knighthood. We're gonna win a game for him, and Knighthood comes into the comments and he's like, nice to see a High Elf win, especially with this off-meta piece of shit build. It was a terrible, terrible build, and whoever made it's dumb. And I'm like, I didn't know what to take. I did my best. That it wasn't a troll build. It's just I don't play High Elves. I did my best. I thought it looked okay. All right. What is Valhalla Forever about? I'm gonna buy it. I'll tell you after this game. Win or lose, I'll tell you about it after this game. All right. So what the hell am I looking at? Do we still have the Cygor? That's all I care about. Where's the Cygor? Did Void take it out? No! No! No, I want my Cygor back, Void! Alright, well, I'll let the Beastmen figure out their formation and see if Void brings back the Cygor that's probably not on this map. Yes, you did. I'm giving you shit, Knighthood. I'm giving you shit. Zombies, the Stearnsmen, so the double undead. Swarv has Graveguard with great weapons, so decently elite infantry corps. Double Vargulf, a lot of Corpse Cart, Unholy Lodestone, Balefire, Corpse Cart as well. Isabella von Karstein, bunch of Fellbats, and before anybody asks, Corpse Carts are not SEs, they're not single entities, they don't count towards the cap because they're a weird, very supportive unit, and without them the vampire counts would suck. So, special exceptions were made for them in almost every rule set that exists. For the Vampire Coast, we have double Gunnery White. I swore I saw Count Noctilus around here somewhere. I don't know. Triple Rotting Promethean Gunnery Mobs, one of which is the Lamprey's Revenge, ROR, that can heal itself. We have some handguns. Yes, triple handgun? Double handgun, double bomber. Okay. And where is your lord? Oh, there it is. It's a Vampire Fleet Admiral of Pistols, deep, also on a crab. So it's a lot of crabs. It's a crab build. Crab battle. It's got my knife. If you get that reference, you're one of the OGs. White line is very far away, so even though he's in the corner of his deployment, this isn't white line camping. This is fine. We have 4 trebuchets. Looks like they dumped the Cygor to go for trebuchets, which is, you know, it's fine, I guess. It's whatever. I'm not disappointed. You're disappointed. The rest of this build sucks now, so I don't even care. I'm not even gonna tell you what's in it. You know, it's just Beastmen, peasants. It's dumb. It's dumb. Everything's dumb. I'm just gonna go. Fine, we'll do our job. I did see the Traderkin caster in here, so the cavalry, if there is any cavalry for the Vampire Counts, will be in trouble. We have 2 throwing axes on this side. Are there 2 on the other side? Doesn't look like it. In the trees, I'll have to get to that. Ungor Spearmen and Men-at-Arms across the front line. No peasant mobs, which is interesting. Usually Bretonnia spams as many peasant mobs as they can. We have some spearmen in the trees. We do have a mix of bowmen. Are any of them pox arrows? Pox arrows, regular. So there's 2 pox arrows. I'm guessing this one is too? Yes. 2 sources of poison, 4 sources of just more arrows. We have some Razor Gore herds. They do very well against crabs. They have good armor piercing. Centaurs are throwing axes. Are also on this side, and we have Sons of Goros magic damage ones. Ooh, in case of the Chillgeists, the Hex Wraiths or whatever. You always need some magic damage. Knights of the Realm, Ziphe Enchantress, Harpies in the Sky, Gorbel Thorax. Well, Paladins. Give me Paladins. We only have 1. 1 Paladin. Do you have Guardian? He does. He does have Guardian. He even has Foe Seeker. Ritzy Paladin. Alright. They're readying up. Working on it. For 1 patch, Corpse Carts were mighty killing machines. That was a broken patch. Jeremy, you finished it? Wait, you actually finished it? Why haven't you told me this? I didn't know you read my book. Screw the stream. Let's talk. No, okay. We'll finish the stream, but then Jeremy? I want to know. I want to know, especially because you thought it was good. If you thought it was bad, then I don't know. We don't have to talk about it. But if you thought it was good, so the coast is going to advance along with their Vampire Count brethren. They don't really have any cannons or deck gunners or anything long range. They're just looking to get in a blob fight and then win the blob fight. That's all they want, and therefore the blob must move forward. For the Bretonians, I mean, they're very separated. Direwolves in the trees are going to get spotted by these Knights of the Realm, and immediately the Sons of Goros are going to run after them. Anyway. Bretonia is doing this thing that I've been recently experimenting with Warp Lightning Cannons. It's the same concept. Extremely spread out artillery positions when you know your enemy wants to stay in a blob. That way, if the blob separates, it loses a lot of its effectiveness because you brought it in a blob for a reason. And that's smart too. I got to get to that. If they go in their blob, it means they can only compromise 1 trebuchet while 3 shoot at them. Or they compromise, 1 while 3 shoot at them. So it's that kind of thing. Anyway, they brought the Deeps caster because they have healing from Isabella, so they don't need the Lore of Vampires, and they want the Mortis engine. They want the Mortis engine on the whole map. The Deeps passive has a Mortis engine type effect, where whenever you cast a spell from this caster, come here, it does damage to everybody, So they took 2 of the cheapest spells they could, and they're just going to cast them on cooldown to do AoE Mortis Engine to the whole field. I like that. They should be casting spells as aggressively as possible, though. It doesn't look like they're doing that quite yet. More spells. More spells. Do the thing that I think is cool. I love that tactic. That's very nice. Okay. You're over halfway and you're enjoying it. Good, good. Still, though. Good. Alright. Not a whole lot to talk about just yet. Just archers and trebuchets firing in. Now, the vampire counts are built for this. You know, even when they don't have an ally, they're built to take ranged fire on their way in. A lot of their zombies don't really care if they're getting shot. Their Felbats are actually taking a lot of damage. And maybe a little too aggressive with them. I don't know what they're doing this far out without support. All they're going to do is muck up these peasant bowmen for approximately 0.5 seconds before dying. Not sure if that's going to be worth it. The trebuchets are wreaking havoc on these bombers. They're not having a good time. The handguns are now in range of the battle pilgrims, but they are shielded. They're still taking a good amount of damage, though. Vargulfs are running over, just slapping a few for fun. I am worried about the blue team advance. It feels a little... Copy-paste isn't the right word, but, like... It doesn't feel like it has a plan. It could still work, but I don't fully know what they're trying to accomplish. Battle Pilgrims getting another Tide Call. Tide Call cast on them does some decent damage, but I really think they should focus on one flank and then just accept the artillery fire, because they're going up the middle right now, and that means the Bretonnians can kind of get a weird surround that we see now. The Bretonnians and the Beastmen are actually somehow surrounding this area. And if they get mucked up here, they won't be able to take out any of the trebuchets, so they're going to take all 4 fire at the same time. But this could be a big mistake from Evenstar. Overextending the Paladin, the Pistols caster is going to beat him up. And Paladins are not strong. Fey Double Paladin isn't strong because the Paladins are amazing single-target combatants. It's strong because they're cheap, and when they stick together with the Fey, they're near invincible. Is that a regrowth? If that's a regrowth... Okay, it's a basic regrowth, but still... That's a lot of mana to use on a Paladin. It's a big catch for the blue team. Good stuff for them so far. And it looks like the Fey Enchantress is using her Grail to destroy the Sternsman and a zombie. If that goes correctly, that could be good. Unless if it drifts that way, it's going to be useless. It drifts into the zombies and men-at-arms, so not the greatest, but it's fine. RNG do be that way sometimes. I'm concerned the blue team is getting too caught up. You can see a lot of them are sitting, and while you're sitting, peasant bowmen are firing in. I want to see them get really aggressive. I want to see these crabs moving up. I want to see these Graveguard all moving up. Everything needs to move up as aggressively as possible. Meanwhile, trebuchets are rolling in, and some of the red units are breaking, so not everything's bad. It sounds like I'm being overly critical, but it's... You know, the red team's doing what they have to. They're just sitting and chewing. So it's blue team has the agency in this game, which sounds weird when they have less ranged, but they do. Graveguard are chewing through the front line just a little bit. That is a very nice cast from the Wilds caster. That was a good Bray Scream. Killed almost an entire unit of handguns, and now they're crumbling. Just a little bit. Corpse Cart and the Vargulf is trying to rout off some of these Battle Pilgrims. It looks like Knights of the Realm are charging in on the far side with the Fey Enchantress. She is currently Mortis Engineing down a lot of undead units. Knights of the Realm will want to get out of there. They can't really do a lot of damage to these type of infantry, but they're just harassing. That's the whole point of the red team, is harass, while your ranged assets do all the carrying. They don't really care how much damage they do with their melee. They just care that you're not moving up. And that, so far, is succeeding for them quite well. They are not moving up. They're not moving at all. Paladin, heal cap already in sight, gets clubbed in the face by a Vargulf. And the Vargulf immediately breaks off the attack. I thought he maybe could have tried to get one more swing in there, but it looks like he has something else he wants to go fight. Not really sure what that's about. Double Gunnery White is trying to shoot that Paladin. Vargulf is now isolated with a Paladin and Knights of the Realm and Fey Enchantress. This could be very bad for him, but he is going to run away, and Vargulfs are rather slippery characters. He'll be just fine. He'll regen up. He'll do great things. These Peasant Archers are out of range. They'll probably want to move up a little bit and get a little more involved in the fight. Just a little bit more involved. Red team is pulling ahead on the balance of power. Trebuchet is firing in with the Lamprey's Revenge. It's a bold target to try to hit, but it's fine. Boop, boop, boop. Vargulfs, Gunnery Whites, Gorbel, and Torox. Oh yeah, they exist. they're starting to get involved, and they're doing good damage to the Gunnery Whites when they get to fight them. But now double Vargulf is here, and without Torox the Brass Bull, Gorbel might be in a little bit of trouble. Torox pushes up. But the reason Beastmen usually don't beat the Vampire Coast is because crabs are decently good at killing Torox in this Gorbel. And they're opting into that fight. That is extremely bold. I would expect some sort of support coming in, healing or otherwise, from the red team to help Torox and Gorbel in this situation. Otherwise, they're going to die horrifically. As an Overcasted Traderkin hits, again, it's a bunch of single entities, so it's not going to do that much damage, but it will do a lot of damage to Lamprey's Revenge, which we can see it is nuking down quite effectively. And more undead are joining the fight. Gorbel is losing some health. Torox is so far just fine, but it looks like Gorbel's being the target for now. 6-minute game, not a lot of lag this time, which is good. Just doing okay. Harpies have broke, Gorbel's about to break, and this could be a big way back in the game for the undead if the Beastmen get all their leadership caught out and killed here. And the Paladin's pretty low, so a lot of the red team's leadership has been suffering while the ranged assets have just been profiting and thriving. Chalice of Potions comes in from the Fey Enchantress, clears off a bunch of pole arms, but most of these unit cards around here were single entities, so they don't care too much about that Fey Enchantress spell. Another Winds cast. I'm going to be curious how much that Pistol's Deeps caster gets at the end of the game. Gorbel is somewhere. Paladin's pretty much shot. He has no health left and no healing left yet. Torox is getting worked on. There's Gorbel. Gorbel's running the wrong way, but it looks like there's nothing to chase him off, so he'll be fine. Fey Enchantress needs to burn some regrowths on Torox. Hey, she did already. All right. All right, great minds think alike, I guess. So overcasted regrowth on Torox, and he's still having this bad of a time. Could be an indication for how this fight's going to go. And the balance of power is swinging back to the middle as the blue team gets more and more high-value assets off the map. I do think the Beastmen were a little overzealous there, throwing Gorbel and Torox that far in without any support. Especially when they didn't need it. Look at the map. Look at this. Look at all these red health bars, and then this blue blob is getting diminished. Another good Traderkin's coming in. It's going to probably finish off the Lamprey's Revenge, if not get them so close to dying that they just disintegrate away. And they're running out. They're running out of juice. The only way the red team loses this is if all their lords die, so they need to not let that happen. You can see Torox and Gorbel are re-meeting away from the blob. Fey Enchantress is running away from the blob. Everybody's running away from the blob as Trebuchets still fire in. And they're running low on ammo, but they're not out. Archers are here. They have decent ammo. And they're just letting the crumbling go. Lamprey's Revenge running low. These Graveguard are isolated and gonna die. And I think red team has snagged control of this game back. Again, the balance of power is not going to show you everything. I'm just talking about what I see on the map, not the balance power. Balance power is dead even, but I think red team really likes where the game's at right now. One thing that could be concerning is running out of arrows in the late game against those Vargulfs. But Vargulfs lose to Knights of the Realm, so if Knights of the Realm are kept safe anywhere on the map, if there are Knights of the Realm left, they can do okay. How many throwing axes do we have? Where are the Senegors? Groghovs of Wolf Run have used all their throwing axes. Okay. Still some over here. So maybe the Vargulfs will be a problem if we get into the late game, but one of their healing caps is already in sight, so that's good stuff. Gunnery Whites could also be an issue. Torox is going to need all the healing he can get. Torox and Gorbel just need to be healed up as much as possible, because they can do all this stuff down if there's no support. Archer's still firing. We have one Rotting Promethean mob left. A couple of corpse carts left. Archers, how are we doing? Out of ammo. Some. Not a lot. Catapults. Ooh, that catapult has a lot left. A lot left to give. These archers are doing okay. Blue team's just huddling. Huddling and hoping they can hold. Hodl gang. This is like the Battle of Karhe. What's the Battle of Karhe? Inform the unenlightened. Didn't finish it. That's on me. It's fine. High Elves equals strongest faction. Yeah, they're the best. They're the best faction ever. They're great. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Balance of power is kind of doing a Wood Elf thing, though, is the more arrows the red team fires, the less the balance of power likes their odds. It depends. I mean, obviously, if all their stuff runs out of ammo and it still looks like this, obviously that's bad for them, but we'll see what they can actually finish off. Because these guys were crumbling. That's crumbling away every second we give. And yeah. We're into a 10-minute game. The vampires are doing alright. These peasant bowmen have a lot of ammunition left and a good amount of models, 59 models. They just don't have a lot of health per model, so they're going to have to... I wouldn't hate if someone with an Encourage aura stood next to them just to make sure they don't rout, because if they rout, that would be a tragedy. I'm not entirely sure what the undead game plan is at the moment. I don't know why they're going in this direction. Part of the argument could be just a regen, but you're losing the fight because of all the ranged pressure. Like, if there wasn't ranged pressure, this would make more sense to me, but I don't fully understand the plan for this. Spending more healing on these rotting Prometheans, I mean, I guess you have to. That corpse guard's going to go away. I don't know. Time isn't on the blob side. I don't like pulling away from the fight here. More shots coming in. I mean, I guess they're just going to wait out all their ammo, but this guy has 6 more salvos. 1, 2, 11 on that archer. And that archer health is deceiving. Again, we pointed him out. He has 59. Like, these guys have 9 less models than these guys, and these guys are full health. So it's like, a lot of their models are still there. Okay. Still taking damage. Now this is crumbling too. I don't... Oh, and a gunnery white's crumbling. What's the... What's going on? What's the thought, undead? They can't kill the range, so I hope they can outlast the ammo. I guess, but why wouldn't you want to outlast the ammo while fighting? Right now you're just taking free crumbling damage. Red could move closer, to be honest. It's true. They don't have to, but they could. Those Vargulfs need to be running shit through shit doing their gorilla thing. Yeah. So we've lost a gunnery white. These Graveguard are currently getting pounded. Crumbling. Crumbling. The leadership bars are glitched. Don't look at that. Look at the number on my left. Negative 35. Even though the screen shows they have a gray bar left. So they're actually crumbling. Good tide call over there. Trying to get a little bit more of that Mortis Engine effect down. And the bounce power is going further into the blue team. Now it's kind of equaling. If everything runs out of ammo, yes, red is looking a little bare bones. But Torox and Gorbel are lurking, ready. Message, is it for me? No. Okay, then I'll check that message later. I was wondering if it was about this game specifically. They are also not obeying attacking rules. Blue team is, yeah. They've been running. They keep running at these guys and then reforming. It's very technically obeying, but they're obeying. See, now these guys are technically attacking. Like, it's slow, but they're doing stuff. Peasant Bowmen take a nasty tide call, and they're going to be routed off. Now red team is out of ammunition on everything except for these 2 archers. So they are. It looks like they are moving up. They're getting a good surround in. Nice play over here. I just saw a unit card disappear, and it looks like the last 2 pole arms are also disintegrating. Crumbling, I should say. Disintegrating is very different. So they're doing okay. Hey, Wicked D, what up? The blob has now engaged some stuff. A lot of things are healing capped. Groghoofs of Wolf Run going to try to attack this Vampire Fleet Admiral. And Torox and the Gorbel are coming in. He's actually taking a lot of damage from this charge alone. And Torox, can you get a good charge in? It could be huge. And it is huge. He gets a nice attack in there. Traderkin coming in on all these crabs. That is 100% going to finish off these rotting Promethean gunnery mobs. Last of the Peasant Bowmans are firing in. Just trying to lower their leadership. Really crumble stuff away. We see things disintegrating. Gorbel is hanging on. Pistol Caster is very low. So is this Vargulf. And Torox is in there somewhere going burr. Oh, he is slapping some Vargulfs around. Balance power goes back to the red team aggressively after that initial engagement went against them. Torox gets a charge in on that Vargulf, who is going to disintegrate quite soon. I mean disintegrate, the one where he does that and he dies. He's dead. Looks like the Pistol Lord is heel capped and on his way out. Takes another nasty shot from Torox, and Torox is solo carrying this game. And the balance power is like, oh shit, yeah, Torox. Oh yeah, Torox, that guy. Torox was in the game. Oh, Torox is here. Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't have bet against Torox. I'm sorry, guys. I really shouldn't have bet on this one. Yeah. That's why I kept, when this was happening, I was like, the balance power knows Torox is here, right? And he just runs in, instantly deletes the vampire casters and all their crabs and everything. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought would happen. For Evenstar, I was also worried that the Undead taking that much time, sure, they were trying to regen up, but so was Torox. And Torox and the Gorbel were actually low. And then they got healed up, as you saw. And they did fine. For Suarve, Isabella didn't get much value. She was just healing things. A lot of things heal capped. Felbats did fine. Based Bull. It's true. Vargulfs did fine. Yes. Pushing the eye of the meat grinder was a huge mistake. Yeah. Pistol's caster for Ice Power got 3,500 value, Mortis engineering the whole map. 3,000 value on his Gunnery White, 2,100 on the other Gunnery White, and then the Chaff did Chaff things and died horrifically in a dumpster fire. It was a game. I'm not gonna say that was like an incredibly action-packed game. I think game 1 was a little more exciting, but it was a slow tactics game. Nice control from the Bretonnian player. Evenstar didn't really lose his stuff. Kept his archers online, even those super wounded ones that had a ton of ammo. Kept them in it. Void, one misplay with Torox and the Gorbel. Otherwise, he played pretty well. I didn't notice any big mistakes from him. Kept a lot of his stuff alive into the late game. So it was pretty good. It's pretty good. Nice tactical stuff. All right. So, GG, well played. Congrats on winning, lads. And contact Queden. Queden for prize. Evenstar and Void. Not super surprised they won it. Evenstar was literally the Warhammer World Cup champion, and Void has been slamming tournaments for quite a while. He took a bit of a break. Haven't seen him doing anything, but he did fine. So, that's it for the Warhammer part of the stream. Really quickly gonna talk about the book because I was asked about it. Oh yeah, and Evenstar is in the finals for Anticities thing Friday. He's fighting Pop Palpatine. So who was I talking to? It was Jonathan. Really quick, what's the book? Valhalla Forever. No, it's not what I wanted. Barnes & Noble. Sure, we'll go there. Left screen. So that's the thing. I got it at... I currently have it printing at lulu.com because it's out of print because I made it like 3 or 4 years ago and books don't stay in print forever. The short version of what this thing is like... I was talking to a friend one night in college about how can Valhalla be interesting, and he said, what do you mean? And it's like if Vikings go there to fight forever and... like ever and ever, but you can't die, then how is it fun? And he's like, what do you mean how is it fun? It's fighting. And I'm like, yeah, but the part of fighting that's cool is the thrill of maybe dying and like overcoming your opponent. If both of you are just unkillable chopping machines, then it sucks. And he's like, oh, you got a point. So then I was kind of theory crafting about like, well, why are video games fun? Video games are fun because you get better and better and you fight better and better people. And it's like, well, what if in this afterlife, after you kill somebody, you take their strength? Or like if someone's really fast, you take some of their speed, or like you just take their essence from them and you get bigger and better. But then that'll make people want to fight you more because one, you have a bigger quote unquote reward, but also they just want to say, I'm tougher than that guy, I'm bigger than that git, and they want to go fight you. Which is cool. That's a good system. Good job, everybody. You're all fighting forever. Until a couple people get big and powerful, and then they all look at each other and go, listen, I don't want to fight any of you. You don't want to fight me. Let's all just why don't we just make like a pseudo government? And we're the biggest, toughest guys around. Why don't we just make a government and agree not to kill each other, and we'll rule as kings? And then everyone else is like, hey, you can't do that. That's not very nice. And they're like, well, what are you going to do about it, little bitch? We're the biggest, most powerful people here. And they start curb stomping noobs. And then anybody that gets any modicum of power joins their thing. So like, listen, like, you're a 10. I'm like a 5. But I'd rather be a 5 than back to a 1 when you slam me into the dirt. So then, you know, it's just Valhalla becomes boring because these fuckers take over. And then the book is about like, well, how do we fix this? Because Valhalla sucks now. Like, this just sucks. We like how it used to be. So that's what the book's about. All right. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Thank you to Queden and Geese Howard and Jixxy for running this event. That was very nice of them. And thanks for tuning in, you guys. It was a good stream. We had really good viewership, so thank you. And I'll see you guys around.